Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. You already know what it is, man. We back with a whole another one of them things, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We will be discussing a whole lot of G3 tonight. G Honcho, you already know what time it is. There's a whole lot to discuss, y'all. There's a whole lot to discuss, because, his Drew League situation this summer has come to a conclusion. As you can see, the Drew League is headed into the playoffs. That would be airing. You guys could check that out this weekend. Who knows what we might have in store for that. But that should be entertaining. Obviously, Team BBB as a team did not, finish like how they would have liked. So they find themselves outside that picture, which entails, Liangelo Ball has finished this season with the Drew. So it's time to review. It's a lot to break down. I'm pretty sure everybody's going to have their own opinion on what junction was best, or, was it even, what the hell was the reason for him going there in the first place? I know everybody has their opinions, but one thing's for sure and two things for certain. Liangelo Ball took that opportunity and ran with it like a relay. Liangelo Ball has definitely went to the Drew League and made the most out of it for himself, to say the least. Everybody else may not have done what they would have liked, individually, but I believe Liangelo Ball accomplished what he needed to accomplish individually. And the way he left off, that last game, that finale, despite the loss, Liangelo Ball put himself in a spectacular position, which should propel him to the next situation. And I believe it's the NBA. I think we are not long from the NBA. Let's suppose he does go to Greensboro. Like I said, when he get there, I don't see why it shouldn't be too much longer when he touched that NBA floor. I might be moving a little too fast. I'm sorry. It's Flight Sports. We're very excited. We discussing G3, man. We got a star-studded chat. Shout out to all y'all that's rolling in here early. You already know what time it is. We got a star-studded panel. It's Flight Sports. Let's get it rocking. All access in the building. Dex, talk to the people. We live.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Flight Sports TV, the machine, the voice of the voiceless, the people's champ, the hottest shit in these streets. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to the chat. And shout out to everybody that's rocking with us this late evening. Flight.
Yes, sir.
That's a very interesting title. And as I mentally masticate this play of Gelo and digest it and then regurgitate it in a form of content. He had some shiny moments, he had some disappointing moments, and he had some ambiguous moments. Like, things was kind of confusing and kind of vague and really grayish. So when I try to put it all together, only thing I can see is we was privileged to actually watch and witness a ball player in his journey, right? Come before us and display his flaws as well as his moments of flourishing. And I can say that that is a big deal to me because with all of the rhetoric, with all of the critiqueness, with all of the cynics out there, and all of those who cheer him on, you had a combination of all that, right?
Facts, Dex.
Swirling in his head. And he still was able to come out on his finale and hit a 50 ball, right? Even though, Flight, Gelo was not the leading scorer in that game. That's kind of incredible, right?
Right.
How you hit a 50 piece, drop 50 apples on what's that, number one
Yeah,
seed team?
somebody has 60 plus, right?
Yes, Trey Holder, or Arizona State alumni. He had 63 plus. But who actually remember that 63?
Right.
Who is champion that 63? Who was out here parading that Trey Holder hit 63 points in the Drew League? Any other day, that would be front page news. Trust. But since Gelo came out of that slightly shell and hit that 50 ball, which we know he can do. He have scored high numbers on many occasions in many different leagues on many different levels. So that's not that surprising, like Rave said the other day. That's not that surprising. But it came at a moment when a lot of people start to doubt, and even some of his supporters were kind of being cynical about Liangelo's performances. You follow what I'm saying? And plus, we're not going to negate the fact that the BBB team, the Drew League team, was god awful. It was horrendous. It wasn't something that you really wanted to see. 1 minute you're starting to get used to the team. The next minute it's like a different team. The next minute it's a shell of itself. Then the next minute they only have 6 players, barely qualifying to play if they actually qualified. You follow what I'm saying? So that in itself was terrible. But Liangelo performance was magnificent. It was wonderful. It brought a really good shine for that moment in the Drew League. And his 50 plus points outshine Eric's Holder. Shout out to him for what he did, because that's hell of a work right there. 63 points. Even though the Drew League did not post Liangelo's, but they did post Trey, excuse me. Damn, I'm thinking of Nipsey Hussle. Trey, he posted Trey, right? Liangelo still captivated the audience. He still captivated the many people who looks at the Drew League, or even the media itself that's kind of, in the trenches with this type of basketball. So we just, unfortunately, it wasn't on NBA TV, but it's okay. It's all right. People made NBA TV see exactly what was going on when it came to Gelo in crunch time, when he needed a good performance.
Good point, Dex. Dex is in here cooking, man. Rave Kingdom was good, bro. Talk to the people, man. We're in the building early. We live. Shout out my man Rave. What's the deal? Well, Rave looked like he having some technical difficulties. So, back to what, like I said, what Dex was discussing. I believe before we get to Gelo individually, because I think we all, I think we think Gelo did the most he could. Especially with the cards that's dealt. If you get a deck of cards and your hand is not right. I'm just saying. You're doing the best you can out there. To get things done, and I think that's what Gelo did, but. Me personally, Team BBB, obviously, they went winless, so obviously things could have been better. We just got to be honest with that. I can't really pinpoint what or where it went wrong, but they obviously could have used some more bodies. And I think it could have helped the other guys, Especially when you got guys that's like not playing basketball as consistently as Liangelo is. I think that's when you need to have more bodies because maybe Gelo wasn't phased by all of the minutes, but I believe some of those other guys were. And you could see it on most of the games and occasions. Guys were gassed. And that played a role into why they couldn't compete deep into the games. Where it was just Liangelo or bust. You can't really, go that far, that way. But I think LeVar Ball, there was a method to the madness. I don't think he goes out there with six players, and is just, he didn't do that strategically. Something. So this is a method here. So we gonna have to wait and see. What all is it at the conclusion, and if this is leading to Liangelo finally gracing that NBA floor, I believe that all of these things that we've seen, the ups and downs, the pitfalls, especially with the way some of these coaches or organizations are mishandling him. At the Drew League, he's just completely unleashed, and I'm telling you, is we in a what have you done for me lately business. Liangelo Ball went out there and slapped him silly, last game. So our last in imprint with Liangelo was him putting up 53, in the Drew League. That's the last time we've seen Liangelo. So I don't think you can ask for something better than that. Nobody's talking about the loss of Team BBB and this, that, and the third. People not really even pushing that they went winless. I think that's only amongst circles like us. People are discussing Liangelo Ball, especially at a high level, and that's with the magnitude of everyone involved. It's not just a couple of guys. I'm telling you, people are talking about that 53 by Liangelo and not that L. You had Gelo publicized on multiple outlets, Rock Nation, the list goes on, and along with the content creators around the world, Liangelo Ball is being viewed very positively right now. So it's up to him right now to sustain this, headed into whatever situation's next, because we in the what have you done for me lately business. Did good, just need a win. Shout out SMG. Yeah, that wasn't the case. Uncle Vern, what's the deal? Shit, can y'all hear me in there? Dex, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear
Okay,
you.
all right. I was making sure because I'm talking to I was talking to
Yeah, I
them
can.
too, and they was
Yeah.
speaking. Okay, so I'm good. So like I
So
was just go ahead, Dex. What
yeah.
we
So
discussing
yeah.
about? What we talking about? Team BBB right now. We'll get the Jello individually. What needed to change in your opinion? And you could actually carry on. What were your thoughts on what I was saying?
I think really nothing needed to change because I believe that's how it is, and that's what the stars have aligned for the BBB team for it to go exactly what it is, and then you can see who's down, who's not down, who was in it for just personal benefits, and then when they thought those personal benefits were lagging or not even available, then what I'm saying they jumped on their horse and hot tailed it up out of there and into the sunset. So that deals with your mental fortitude. You keep looking over your shoulder, looking for the cavalry. The cavalry is not there. You don't see anything coming over the hills to help you to join in with the fight and digging in their foxholes and things of that nature, or basically just being in the trenches. Sometimes you just have to deal with what you got. You follow what I'm saying? And for that team, they just wasn't competitive enough. Because we seen guys on that team play D1 basketball, right? Even played in the tournament, in the NCAA tournament on that BBB team. But for some reason, they just looked terrible. They looked at very uncanny. I don't know what was going on with a lot of them. It's just like their play was just really choppy. You know what I mean? Like they was actually in the Atlantic Ocean trying to surf it, not on a surfboard, but on a skateboard. It was just a lot of sloppy play, a lot of indecisions, They didn't understand that. I'm talking about the totality of the BBB Drew League team. They didn't understand that this was a 2001 Philadelphia 76er team. And those guys did not understand, nor did they fill in the definition of their role. And basically, their role was, nor did they, somebody got an echo going on. Their role was to basically role play. I mean, role play to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that the way the team was structured, it was purposely structured that way because we saw some remnants of last year's team with integrated with this team, but at the same time, Liangelo was supposed to be the Michael Jackson of the BBB team. Liangelo was supposed to be the what's the guy name from the Temptations? Him, right? So since it didn't really happen that way, then it looked at more shifty or makeshift than anything. It's almost like a shade tree mechanic coming to you talking about he can fix your Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you let him go ahead and tinker with it, it's on you. So that's what it seemed like to me. This BBB team lost its focus after losing maybe 4 or 5 games. But the first few games, they was pretty competitive. You know, they took some overtime games. They lost some games in the last 6-7 minutes. You know, probably because of fatigue and things of that nature. So you would assume that the team will go ahead and garner some type of inner strength to make it to the finish line instead of abandoning ship. You know what I'm saying? And there was some guys had other obligations. I mean, shit happens too. You know what I mean? Because if you're balling and on that pro-am, and if somebody calls you, you got to go to where they call you, right? If an NBA team come call you and you might miss a game or two, I mean, you got to miss a game or two. And some of that probably have happened as well. So you got some abandonment, some went AWOL, and then some committed to other higher obligations.
Right, good call. Uncle Vern, you back with us? We got a lot of guys muted up. My man Uncle Vern is in here. There you go.
Yeah, just chime. You
No,
guys just chime in when you can.
yeah,
So that'll be best. Just chime in when you can, so that way we know that you're ready. You don't have to wait to get called on. Just chime in so you can get your content out. Yeah. So flight, when you have that type of situation, those dynamics, it could be very explosive. You know what I'm saying? But since LeVar understands that all this is just an opportunity. It's exposure. It's showcasing. Yes, he wants to showcase Gelo, but you be here and if you can help Gelo shine, you're going to get some credit too, because basketball is a team sport, right? It's not an individual sport. It's not
right.
golf. It's not tennis. You understand where I'm coming at? It's not tetherball. This is a team sport. So if Allen Iverson shines on the 2001 Philadelphia 76ers, you're going to start looking at, what did McKee do? What did Matumbo, what did he do? What did Eric Snow do? You follow what I'm saying? What did Larry Hughes do? So you start to try to see who else was a part of that winning run into the finals and was the only team in that year to beat the Lakers in the extended season. The Lakers running amok through everybody, right? They come up to Philly and Philly whooped them that first game. That was the only game they lost. Philly, it was like David and Goliath, right? That's how they basically painted this picture, David and Goliath. So when you go look at Goliath, which was the Lakers, and you look at David, which was Philly, then you start to see what was around Allen Iverson that propelled him to get that overtime victory. Because once the Lakers came back and took a lead, and then Iverson came and hit that shot to take this game into overtime, you thought the Lakers going to be able to, okay, we had enough of this. Let's wipe them out, right? And that wasn't the case. So if that BBB team had that mindset, if that mindset was projected into those young men, then I think it would have been a more competitive team. Instead of if some of them looking at Liangelo like he's getting too much shine, taking too many shots. Because I remember a couple of games where Liangelo wasn't the high scorer on the team. So that right there is a shining moment for that individual that was a high score for the BBB team that game. You understand what I'm saying? But unfortunately, that machine is not pushing that man. So he didn't have his own machine to push, but it was recorded footage, and it was a very nice game, very efficacious on his part, right? That got him attention to get called up to an NBA team for a workout. Got the attention from overseas to come in and take a look at him, a closer look at him. You follow what I'm saying? So things can happen for players. Look what happened to Curtis Hollis. Look what happened with him. Look at all the success he had since he been on the BBB Drew League team. You follow what I'm saying? He's overseas doing his thing. He was at Golden State for a minute. You follow what I'm saying? So don't let nobody diminish your light because maybe their light is not shining as bright as they want it to. You follow what I'm saying? So hold on to your light. Don't let nobody diminish it. And for that team and for Liangelo, keep pushing, keep going through until you break through. That would be the message that I would say. Keep going through until you break through. Because if you don't go through it, there's no way you're going to break through it. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't go through it, there's no way you can break through it. You have to go. You have to continue the motion in order for you to break through and see some or maybe all aspects of your goal coming to fruition. And that's what I appreciate more so than the numbers. You follow what I'm saying? That you're going through until you break through.
Good call, Dax, man. A lot of people are critical on Team BBB, but like I said, it didn't happen for no reason. That's what I say in my humble opinion. Shout out my man Sky in the chat. I'm not gonna lie, because Uncle Verner's having some technical difficulties. He's trying to talk.
I'm here.
Your
Flight.
guy said you've been trying to talk. You've been trying to talk, but your mic was messed up.
I hear you. Hey, Flight, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I ain't with that technology chat stuff. Flight, I can't get with it. Flight, I'm trying to get with it, but I'm just beyond my
You
realm.
was talking the whole time. You was talking the whole time. Dex was talking, but your mic was messed up.
I apologize, Flight.
I was looking at you. That's why I was like, "What the hell is going on with Uncle Vern?"
I wish you would have put me on pause and did out pause, but put me on site and did not know that you wasn't hear me. But that would tell you, Flight. Look here,
Well,
man.
I didn't want to interrupt. Dex was cooking, but go ahead.
Yeah, I already know. I went back and I heard him, but I'm gonna tell you, Flight. Don't you worry about it. I'm gonna tell you, look here. Don't worry about Gelo, man. Gelo gonna be all right, man. Gelo, I'm gonna tell you, Flight. Gelo gonna be all right, man. He gonna be with his brothers. He gonna be out there. He gonna be in the NBA with his brothers, Flight. I'm telling you, I see it already. I ain't worried about Gelo. But I want to stay with the subject. But I want to go right back to this, Flight. I missed yesterday's show. Boy, I'll tell you, I wish I only had a chance to talk to the young man in this spot.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Flight, I kicked myself all last night early this morning that I missed that show, Flight. I watched it 3 times today already, Flight. The whole show, Flight, to tell you. And then I went back and watched all 6 hours of his boxing. Yeah, Flight, that young man gonna be something, Flight. You keep up the good work, Flight, please. It ain't your fault I ain't get my notification. I'm gonna get in touch with YouTube, Flight. Don't worry about it. I start getting my notifications, Flight. Thank you.
Right. Yeah, I know. I know you wanted to be there. I was wondering where you was at. I was hoping you
Yeah,
could catch him. He'll
I,
be
I
back.
was. Yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all already know. And I'm over remind them still with a Flight. We gonna follow them. We gonna follow him to his last fight. Flight. And that's gonna be a long time fight. If I ain't around, you'll be around. We gonna make sure we get every one of his fights.
Facts.
Every one of them. Yeah, every one of them.
Right. So, what you think about Gelo? You know, his Drew League situation. You know, a lot of people got their opinions because Team BBB didn't get a win, but Liangelo looked really good. He just put up
Right.
53.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think when people trying to like diminish Liangelo? Because
Right.
he's clearly looking like an NBA talent.
That's hard to do, right? Because of the fact that because I played summer league basketball before, and I know how summer league basketball get down. It ain't really the best talent in the world, and like it's just to a certain extent an exhibition. But what that does is it shows the better player on the sides and stuff like that. So it's hard. It's easy to see the better players that's out there playing. And Jello is way out there amongst the better players. So don't worry about what I'm saying the six man he had on his team because it really wasn't gonna be all that much of a thing anyway, as far as wins and everything else like that. We talk about his position in the NBA, playing with good talent. They recognize his talent, and his talent is shooting that basketball and scoring and playing real hard on that basketball court and making things matter. That's what he do. He was a lead, remember, he was a lead scorer on his team, and he played with Lonzo and Melo. I mean, so that speaks for itself. Like, what else can I say? Yeah, and they playing in the NBA. As a matter of fact, there's another two of this already playing on that team that playing in the NBA too. So I mean, what am I to say? He was the leading scorer. So he get his buckets. That's what I like about it. I don't know what else
Yeah.
to tell you. Those are scouts. And then I think to a certain extent, I think it's like a conspiracy too with the organization, especially with the swarm. They don't want to bring them up too fast for what reason, I don't know. Maybe because they want to be mad at him about Lonzo not coming. I don't want to get to no conspiracy type things, but I just know he's in a good situation because he's out there in Charlotte, Carolina with his brother. That's all I can say. Like,
Well,
and
shit,
his
if they
brother,
wanted Lonzo to come, they should have given Lonzo a decent offer
there you go.
because
Boy, I'm gonna check. There you go. Who was it?
Did
Dex.
they did
Dex.
they
I'm
even
gonna
have
check.
the money at the time?
yeah, they had the
Well,
money.
hey, look, they could have went and got the money. They could have went into bankruptcy and got that goddamn money.
Yeah, they had the money. They just being cheap. That's all.
Yeah, that's all. That's Michael Jordan. And then you want to sit up there and make that
I
wave
mean,
that little
listen,
thing.
the number was so low that they don't even want to talk about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that the bar would say, they only try to offer my boy such and such. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, the number was so disrespectful. This is why the
Yeah,
Pelicans felt that they can just, oh, they had Lonzo in the grips. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody finna come over the top. You feel me?
hey,
So, I mean, that just, I don't even want to talk about it. It's so frustrating.
right. And hey, Jack, but don't forget this though. Remember when Mitch Kupchak brought his ass on there like about 6 weeks before there and said, "We're gonna go out and get some veterans. We're gonna do good in the draft this year. We're gonna do all this. We're gonna do." Well, and then they ain't get nobody but Jello, and Jello sitting out there, and Lonzo just hanging out there. All they needed was $2 or $3 million more.
That's it.
Outstanding.
That's
Yeah,
it.
y'all already know. Hey, Dex, I'm telling you, Dex, I ain't breaking no news. What's the name? You and Hoop Jogger. AJ was out. You and Hoop Jogger was out there, and they
No,
told him then. Yeah,
out where?
out there in LA with what's the name?
Oh, okay,
What's the
okay,
name?
okay. Got you, got you.
With LeVar. Y'all was out there with
Yeah,
LeVar,
right.
and
Okay,
LeVar,
I
one of
got you.
them
I
said
got
that.
you.
Yeah, that's right. LeVar said, "Look here, if Michael don't come up with enough $2 or $3 million,
Oh, no, 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 not that one. Not that one. Me and Hoop was before that. Me and Hoop was with
Okay,
LeVar before that. That was ball
right, I
facts.
know it. Okay, right. Okay, right. We still in the same word. We talking about the same thing. We talking about the same situation. That's what I'm
Right.
saying with the same situation. I know it was one of y'all that did it. I know because y'all was out there. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, but
Right.
don't get that was
But me
ball
and
back.
yeah, but me and Hoop Jargon, when we got down with him, we didn't put it on camera. It was just straight talk. It wasn't on
Right.
camera.
Okay,
It was like
I got you.
some stuff
I
he was
got you.
saying that he didn't
Understand.
want us to put on camera and that.
Right. Right. Understand.
Yeah.
Understand. I got it
And
wrong.
then
I got
yeah,
it
Hoop
wrong with that.
Jargon and ball facts went after that.
Right. Yeah. 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 But yeah, like they did what they did. I'm just saying, but it's all right, though. You know what I'm saying? That's the NBA for you. That's an organization. Don't trust it. I'm telling anybody who know about sports. Don't trust an organization. They'll let you down. Remember the Bulls. Remember the Bulls. They had three championships. They got rid of Michael. That's what made them go into retirement. The Bulls stuck you twice. Dex, you know that. They got rid of him. They made him go play baseball like that and all of those stuff. They wanted to put him out of the NBA because he had a bad day with the Gavin. We don't leave that alone. But still, though. And then they let him come back. And then they get rid of him again. They make him walk off. They said, yeah, we're going to get rid of Phil Jackson. Well, Mike said, no, you can't get rid of Phil Jackson. He walk on walking. Hey, well, I'll tell you what, Mike, you want to pack your bags? You want to sit with us? What do you want?
Is that what
They
Durant trying to
said,
do right now?
no,
But listen, one thing about your Bulls, you know, Patrick Williams was down at the Drew League with your boy DeMar DeRozan,
I saw
Compton
that.
Debo.
I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. Saw that a couple
I'm
days ago.
I'm trying to figure out where's the content at on that. Patrick Williams at the Drew League. Where's the content? What's going on?
He getting some
A
run.
lot of people talk high about Patrick Williams, but where's the content?
He getting some run in. That's all. He got to get
Hmm
some run in. He been playing for the hell. Look how
Jalen
long they
Terry was
ain't.
supposed to come, but I think he copped out.
Yeah. But see,
Yeah,
the thing
the
about
rookie.
remember this. Remember too, Jax. The Drew League is really just built. That's why you get a lot of not so good talent up there. Drew League is really just still building itself up. Remember what you said the other day. Fernando saying this is best league. This is the best year for the Drew League in years
In
because of these
years, yeah.
endorsements. You said it right because these endorsements are coming about. And I said also that's because of LeBron Ball. Believe me though. Believe me, Jax. That's because of LeBron.
But that's what we be
But
saying. But people try to say we just capping.
oh,
You know what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
Captain. LeBron ain't leaving nobody to Drew League. That's gonna be his stomping grounds. They're gonna be his stomping
And
grounds. You know what I'm saying? You always keep a team there. You
yeah,
always
and
be
and
up there.
yeah, and we trying to get some good information on the Drew League. Hopefully, we can get it in next week. We have a little treat for you guys, as long as
Right.
we can make it happen. So y'all don't forget to hit that cash app and that super chat, man. Let's go now. Let's rock and roll. Let's get a little budget here so we can offer these people a little, you know, some coins or something. You know what I mean? To come up here and give y'all some good stuff.
Yeah. And you know, Dex, let me say this, and I'm gonna keep it understandable for real though. I'm gonna tell you, Bex, you a wise man, not just like a businessman, but you're a wise man, dude. You know, a car don't run on hope and prayer. You know what I'm saying? It run on
Thank you.
fuel. You
Right.
know, fuel going
It
up.
runs on
Ah,
fuel.
Yeah,
man,
that
Yes.
Uncle
Dex,
Ryan
please,
stupid.
Please let me finish because I told people this. You know, I always tell people, I don't care what y'all do. Y'all keep coming back because I want these people to get knowledge, Dex. You want them to get knowledge, Dex, but in the process, you want them to help that car move along because we got a lot of people out there, man, and we got to reach a whole lot of places, Dex. I
Yes.
understand that, Dex.
Yes.
But Dex, one thing about Flight Sports TV, I understand this for real. I know that was for Flight when I first met you. Flight gonna keep it real regardless if you don't like the situation or not. He ain't gonna sit there and argue, you know what I'm saying? This team is the greatest team in the world. If they stink, he ain't stupid. So he keeps it real. And he mess with real people. And I like that at Flight Sports TV. All these stations on the internet or anything else really ain't trying to keep it real like that. They trying to just go along with the flow. Flight
I
trying to
know.
keep it
Ain't that
real. I like
something?
that part.
That's
Yeah,
disgusting
yeah,
to me. Here you
yeah,
have a whole medium, a whole new medium, YouTube. That's a medium,
yeah,
man. It's an entity.
yeah, yeah.
And then you want to still copy old media? You want to bring
Right,
that over here?
right.
Like, how dare you? I don't know what's
Yeah,
wrong with people like that, man. You
yeah.
got
Well,
something you
I know.
listen. You in a medium you can create. It's like a metaverse, right? You can create
Right,
your own. Why borrow? And then get
right.
mad at us at Flight Sports TV because we out here trying to get people to come with reality. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And they want to be mad at us. Tell
yeah.
people to stay away and all that stuff. But I'm telling you, man, we got a core family. We got an international community that's really loyal to Flight Sports TV, and they ain't going nowhere.
Right, I understand that. And hey, Jackson, I want to say this too, Dex, while you still saying this, Dex. The reason why is just like this, Dex. Because like I said, if I keep it real, you keep it real too, Dex. I will tell you something. Dex, I realized and I went back and I watched them tapes. We wouldn't have known nothing about no kid officer if we would have talked to the real freeway Ricky Ross. You understand me?
That's right.
And we would have talked to the real freeway Ricky Ross. We would have talked to Dex.
That's right.
It's just that
Salute
simple.
to you, Vern.
That man, look at Dex. That man stood up there and said, "God dang it, look at I wouldn't be talking to you right now. If that Dex would have been chasing my ass down. I don't know what the hell I want to tell you, but I don't know what you do to chase that man down with Dex." And he said it right on the air. He said it himself. Well, I'm telling you, man, I'm crazy. It ain't all praises to Allah, brother. It was all praises to you, brother. He wouldn't have been that Dex. That man made
Yeah, I
it
mean,
clear
you
that he
know it.
wouldn't do that.
But see, my
Yeah,
thing is this, Vern. I don't even trip off no credit or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? My thing
yeah,
is, we listen. We have to have some creation. We have to create something. We created hip hop, right? We created jazz.
right.
We created rock and roll. We created a lot of the other stuff, right? And
Yeah,
other people created stuff too. But it seemed like once we create something, we give it back to people who don't give a fuck about us.
oh
Instead
yeah,
of creating it and having it, holding it, securing it, get an
yeah,
army to protect it. Because if you don't have an army out here, I don't care what you create, that person who do have the army will take it.
right.
That's just how the human faculty works. It's not listen, it's not good, it's not pristine, but it's all about survival of the fittest. And then some people get greedy with it, and then it just take it to a whole nother level. So this is
Right.
why that I really appreciate Flight giving me the opportunity to be a part of his thing that he created. Listen what I'm saying now. That he
Right.
created. Ain't no co-creators here. Ain't nobody
Right.
putting up a facade saying they created something. Then somebody come back and say, "No, you didn't create that. I created that." And then the person that
Right.
said they created it is so egotistical that he tries to
Right.
crush the person who was holding it up for him. That's
Right.
crazy.
It's
So with
fine.
Flight, you
Right.
don't have that. It's
Hey
just
man,
Flight.
this I want
Yeah.
to follow that
Hey,
up.
hey, hey,
Hey man, this channel was started in my dining room table, man, with an idea, man. I was in a depressed state, man. I was going kind of shit, man. I was going back and forth to court, man. I was broke. I was going through all kind of shit, man. You know, oh man, it's crazy, man. But now, man, I'm happy as hell right now. I'm telling you right now, man, shit is different. I'm telling you, it all starts with an idea, man. One idea. Telling
oh
you,
And
yeah.
man.
yes,
And look,
and
look,
like I
look what
said,
happened. Look what happened.
look what happened. Like I said in my conclusion, that whatever I had of my resources, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to share it with this platform, with Flight Sports TV, with this platform, right? Because when I see the word flight, then I see the word sports, then I see the word TV, and then you coalesce all that together and you get this, what you call Flight Sports TV augmentation. I thought it was fascinating. Listen to what I'm saying. I thought it was fascinating, right? Especially seeing Uncle Vern cooking people when I come here for the very first time. And I was like, what the hell? That's where Uncle Vern is. That's where
Yeah.
he been. You follow what I'm saying? I mean, he's going back.
Right.
Oh, I mean, now, the Uncle Vern you see today wasn't the Uncle Vern you saw yesterday. Because Uncle Vern you saw yesterday, boy, he has a whole cemetery in his backyard full of bodies. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how Uncle Vern was getting down. You feel me? He calmed down a whole lot since then. But hey, I know it's something still left in the tank. If you want to get indignant, you feel me?
Yeah.
Uncle Vern will smoke you. But nevertheless,
Right.
I just felt kind of compelled. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, let me help this young man. Let me help this young man. And then I said, I'm going to meet him in person. I'm going to go meet him in person and get a real vibe to see if it's real or if it's a facade. You follow what I'm saying? And then I come to the conclusion it was real. After dissecting
Right.
it, after turning over our conversation, sitting there with Phonics and just, watching his watching Flight Wifey and have everybody was interacting, I was like, man, there's something to this guy right here. You feel me? It ain't just
Right.
fluff. You know, this this
Right.
this guy is a real deal. He has a what you consider an it factor. Now I see why people
Right.
was coming after this dude. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they was coming after Flight, but what they failed to realize, it was a hidden hand, and that hidden hand was a hidden hand of death angels. So Flight had a lot of death angels surrounding him, protecting his creation. You feel me?
Right.
People
Yep.
all around was coming to his support when they seen that
Yep.
it was a hit on the channel. Like, wait a minute, what the hell? He's not bothering nobody. All he's doing
Yep.
is trying to promote content creators. You know what I mean? You're a content creator,
Right.
come on. Whatever you got going. I remember Flight used to say, man, whatever you got going, man, promote it, promote it. Do you know how charitable that is for
Yeah.
someone
That's good
to
information.
create a platform and let
Yeah.
you promote freely?
Right. Give it up, game. Give it up, game for free. Anybody else will charge you. They get it up for free.
Yeah, they charge
You
you.
already
For
know.
some, you know what I'm saying? And he was just
Yeah.
letting people come. It didn't matter who you were, how you was coming. You didn't have to be the smartest person in the world. He wasn't vetting nobody. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't no cult atmosphere. And that's what I loved about it because I saw what you call decentralization. And then he was
Yeah.
pumping the Ball family. He was pumping LeVar, which a lot of people was trying to extricate LeVar, excommunicate him, send him
Right.
into oblivion because they wanted his boys. They wanted Juice's
Right.
boys without giving LeVar the credit. And I
Right.
seen a lot of people talk about Lonzo. I seen people talk about LaMelo. Not too much
Right.
Liangelo at the time, but they wouldn't talk about
Right.
LeVar. And
Right.
I was like, wait a
Yeah, it
minute,
was a
man.
reason.
As
It
a
was a reason
as
for
a
that, though.
father, like I'm a
Yeah.
father.
Jake, let me say this right fair. Let me say this right fair, Jake. Get to what you said. Look here. You right. You started down in chronological order. You started it right. You started with LeVar first. You understand me? Because that's how it went. It started with LeVar. And the only way they can get to LeVar is to get the ball facts. The ball facts had LeVar out there like that all the time. And then not only just start with just ball facts. Ball facts was the main character that they had to get down and destroy. But then Flight was right there, and Flight cool with ball facts. So that's where Flight came into the middle of that par yet. And they really had to take Flight down because he was there getting
Uh,
numbers. And still
we,
getting
we,
numbers. Well, I ain't gonna
no,
talk
we
about
don't
the
want to. We don't want. We
let's
don't
get
want to.
back
We
up
don't.
off of that.
Yeah,
We know
listen.
that's
We don't
all
want. We
ball
don't
facts.
want to rehash all that.
Yeah, okay.
Shout
But
out.
yeah, we
Shout
still
out
in
to
the
everybody,
game.
man. Marvin, what's good? We got my man Marvin in the building. You know, he probably was just sitting here listening, and then he just gonna
What
come in
up,
and kick
Marvin?
up.
What up,
Yep.
Marvin? What up,
Okay,
Marvin?
Marvin, good now.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
What's
Marvin,
good?
what's going on, man?
Yeah, Dex, Sky said promote your brand. Oh, he said, Dex, I can promote my brand. What brand you got, Sky?
Hey, haters anonymous. Haters anonymous.
Yeah, yeah.
Sky, as
Well,
much talking as you talking, and you just now bringing up a brand. All that talking you've been
Yeah.
doing for the last year should have been
that's
brought up
crazy.
that brand.
What's going on, pal? What's
What's
going on,
good?
chat?
What's
Yes,
How
sir,
you
good?
guys?
Marvin. What's going on?
What's happening,
Hey,
Marvin?
man, I've been sitting in the background for a couple of days. I got company in town and just taking care of some business. I've been listening to the hard conversations, though. Just
Yeah,
haven't
it's
had a
been
chance to
crazy.
get on.
What's your thoughts, man? On Liangelo Ball. Pardon me. We're reviewing his play in totality. From the little bit that you've seen, the little bit that you heard. You know, his Drew League situation is over. He had 53 in his finale. What's your thoughts on the whole situation for Liangelo Ball individually? How would you rate it? Was it a success? Was it beneficial? And even if it's not in a positive manner that we may like, we'd like to hear your thoughts.
Listen, guys, if anybody closed the door with a 50 piece, then you leaving a good impression. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Listen, he's been fighting uphill this whole battle, man, and he finally gets a chance to even shine even more. I mean, can't leave nothing but a good impression in just about everybody's eyes. I mean, hey, you know, the battle is not won yet. He's still fighting the battle. We'll see where it takes him with this performance. But I think it definitely gets him on the other team for those guys. Now, I didn't get a chance to actually see that because I was busy out of town doing this and that. But I've heard that he scored 50 some odd points. But I heard another young kid scored 60 in that same game, I think. But it doesn't matter. He's trying to build his own legacy, and so is the other kid. So I think scoring anything like that, I don't know the stats on it or anything, but 50 points is 50 points, and I don't think it can't do anything wrong. And I think if he scored that, then it shows a lot of people that he is a scorer. He can score the ball. So it definitely would help, man. And it's just in his case, I believe this is just a process. Eventually, if he keeps playing like this, it's going to happen. That's for sure. So kudos to him. And I think he probably can get something going, man. I mean, 50 some odd points. Come on, man. Somebody's got to look at that. I think everybody agree with that. You know?
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree
that's
with
it.
the fact that he ain't been playing in the NBA like that long, or playing in college that long. He's still putting up them kind of numbers. You understand me? With them kind of minutes. You understand me? So I like that in him. I think that he can show signs of improvement, especially when he learn the technologies and everything that's going on in the NBA. I can't see no but improvement. Not no
Yeah, man.
regress,
I mean, I'm
but
reading.
progress.
I was reading in the chat, and Sky, you ought to stop it. He says the man took 100 shots. I'll be damned if anybody took a damn 100 shots. Sky, you just got to say something ridiculous, huh? I don't know exactly how many shots he took, but I know damn well he ain't take no 100 shots. Hey, man,
Yeah,
give a man his credit when credit is due, guys. You
right.
know, I say that.
Yeah, man. It's all good, man. Liangelo Ball, he's right on track. Like I stated before you came in, and you kind of echoed some of my statements. Whenever you finish off with 50, with 53, whether you want to say 53, 52, it really doesn't matter. Whenever you,
No,
that's the last in imprint. Like I said, we in the what have you done for me lately society, so you see what's going on. It's
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, like I said, man, and all of these guys out there to try to get a shot, and the only way you're going to get a shot is to put up some numbers. You put up 50 points, somebody will take a look at him. That's for sure. You know, I think I heard Dex on the panel earlier say something about KD kind of holding
Today,
Brooklyn hostage. Now I think he had
we,
said
we,
something
we, could,
about
we, could,
KD
we could get into that
trying to hold
conversation
Brooklyn
if y'all
hostage.
want.
I'm sorry.
Dex, did you say that? I said we could get into that if y'all want. I mean, you got to
Yeah,
find out if
I mean, I
Dex said
think
those
Dex was just
statements.
in a joking matter. He was bringing it up, but I don't think so. I think that whole situation on that, not to get off the subject with Liangelo, I wanted to address Dex on that. I don't think so. I mean, we hear so many tall tales of trades and this and that going on, guys. That's what they do, man. They do that to get clicks. And each one of these panels going, oh, my team's going to get this guy. We're going to get that guy. Man, don't none of us know what's going to happen. Just let it happen. You know? I do know one thing, and I also heard Dick say something about Patrick Williams not having any footage. There's some footage. It's shorts, but there's a little footage. He I mean the competition wasn't that tough. He had about 5 or 6 dunks in the game. And Dalen Terry did play also. He played pretty well. I try to keep up with my boys. And they're already doubting us, and I love it. They doubted us last year. I love it. So what's the better way to play with a chip on your shoulder? I think that's what we can do.
Marvin, your boy Patrick P. Will was at the Drew League with the
Yeah,
Mars.
I heard that's what I was just addressing. I thought I heard you say there wasn't no footage. It's some footage out. It's not no game live long footage. It's on shorts. But
Yeah, I seen it on Twitter.
yeah, it's a couple of they didn't really promote it as much and show as much. I'm kind of happy for
Hmm.
that. We don't need to see much. Just let him
No, but
keep
he was
progressing.
good though. He's better than I thought.
Oh man, I'm telling you,
Dude was
Dex.
better. Listen, he's better than I thought. I ain't gonna even lie, Marvin, because I don't never talk about P. Will, because I thought he was just overhyped. Man, the dude got handles. He was shaking people. You know what I'm saying? He was taking it
Man,
coast to coast.
you know,
I
I
thought that
stated,
was pretty impressive.
yeah, I brought up a couple of facts late last year on one of these panels that we did. For everybody to take a look at his stats down, and you keep bringing up that Minnesota game didn't mean nothing. I didn't say it for that reason. Oh God, I didn't say it for that reason.
Yeah, I don't know if you got lagged out. Shout out my man Basil in the chat. I see you. Yeah, discussing that BIKD situation. I know that Marvin set that thing off. That's crazy. That's crazy when I hear those sentiments about Kevin Durant, because Brandon Ingram name is just, just you know he's the centerpiece of this, so it's kind of crazy. So I don't want to say too much. I
Yeah,
like to know
Brandon,
how the
listen,
Pelicans fans
Flight,
feel about it.
Flight, you're being nice tonight, Flight. See,
No,
you're
I know
being
because I
nice.
planned on making a video on it, but I got so much shit on the table.
Okay.
I mean, I really I was in the cards to come out today. It should have came out yesterday, but I've been, we doing a lot on a lot of different ends.
Mhm. Okay.
But we can talk about it though. Shit,
Hey,
Listen,
let's
hey,
go.
Flight,
Zion and oh, go ahead, Uncle Vern.
all right, thanks, Dex. Hey, look, Flight, get back to that, what's the name, that Williams guy, the one, Patrick Williams, you know what I'm saying? I mean, here's your prospect, man. He always was good like that. Why you think the Bulls, I'm going to tell you something, for dudes to sit up there and say like that, why you think the Bulls didn't let that go? They see the potential with him. They see all that potential. He just didn't get enough time to show it because he got hurt. But they
Oh,
see that.
who the
Why
player you talking about?
Patrick
It's
Williams to play for the
Oh,
Bulls?
oh,
The
yeah, yeah,
man that's
yeah.
the one that's wait, Flight. Let me put it like this, because I don't think you ain't see him do no too much. But that man, they say that man was untradeable. And he wasn't on no trade talks with the Bulls. Bulls would let him go. You can let everybody else on the team can go, but they
Well,
wouldn't let him go.
I can speak on it.
It,
He
it,
clearly
it,
look. I
it,
don't know what.
it was a reason. It was a reason they held on him to
Hey
him, and
man,
they
I know.
wanted to hold
Can I
on to him.
speak?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead
Listen.
now.
Okay, yeah. Patrick Williams, man, he obviously lost some favor, after the injury. He looked really good to start the season. He was everything that we thought he was. He really killed it the last summer league, and then he was doing his thing prior to getting hurt right away. And then when he came back, to his credit, see that's another thing. We always want to crucify the player. To Patrick Williams' credit, the man was out. He looked really good that last summer. He looked excellent, in the beginning. Came back. He was looking like a step slow. Mind you, when he got back, they're fighting for playoff positioning. You understand? They have no time to ease your ass in nothing. You understand?
Right.
Pause. And then you got what I was gonna say. This guy Patrick Williams. Everybody just killed him because he just wasn't doing everything they thought he was supposed to do right away. Because you got to understand, it's going to take some time. So let's see
Right.
what he does. I think it could be they could make maybe a possible mistake prematurely trading him because dude might be good. He lost some favor, but y'all got to be give the guy some credit because some kind of slack. He came back from injury and they fighting for positioning.
Yeah.
Even with Lonzo would have got back, it would have never been the ideal situation for Lonzo coming back as the starting point guard. From that injury to his knee. Anyway, he would have been coming back, and they fighting to stay alive for playoff position. And they every it's a must win every night.
well,
I
I
agree.
want to chime in on that too. So I'm sorry, guys, I got cut off
Go
there
ahead,
for a
Marv.
second.
Go ahead, Marv.
What I was finishing up on was because me and Dex had a chat about that, and I mentioned to Dex more than once that Pat came on late in the season, and Dex kept coming to me, man, that was that game against Minnesota. That didn't mean nothing. Yes, it did, because what it did was it propelled him to play better in the playoffs. And if you look at his numbers in the playoffs, each game he got better. And those were games where Billy Donovan were using him. Now, the Bulls never used him very often. He's a fourth option when he's on the floor, actually. The Bulls are, I don't want to say this because there are people going to say, how did I know it? But I'm going to go and say it. Patrick Williams will be a vital piece to the offense this year, meaning there will be multiple plays ran for Patrick, including him bringing the ball up the court. Something I had suggested long time ago. A lot of people don't know the kind of handles this kid has. This guy is decent, man. He played only 17 games last year. Now, mind you, 17 games, when do you get to your rhythm? You don't get in your rhythm till after maybe 20 to 25 games. But, and in what Flight just mentioned, those games that he played at the end of the year, they were playoff game, crucial games. And he had to come straight in, step in the pressure, and play well and try to play well in those games. So I'm not saying he's a be all. I'm not saying that. But any help that the Bulls can get along to go along to take the ball out of DeMar's hand, to give Vooch some rest, to do all these things, because last year Vooch played the most minutes of his career, and DeMar did too. We can't have that. You would deteriorate at the end of the season when you play in those type of numbers. Now that was due to injuries, I know, and then Zach was hurt, so he wasn't trying to take on as much of a load. But but I'm telling you one thing: it's a couple of players on this team that the Bulls need to integrate a whole lot more, starting with Patrick Williams. You have to
Right.
get Pat on this offense. Second of all, Kobe White has to be consistent. If we don't have a consistent Kobe White off of the bench, then that hurts the team in general. And then most importantly, the hell and this damn thing. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can
Yeah,
Yeah,
hear
this
you.
you
phone keeps
good. You
cutting out.
good.
This phone keeps cutting out on me. But the most important thing, guys, is health. We all know that we can talk about it. We all talked about the anticipation of Lonzo coming back last year, and everybody saying he wouldn't have made a difference and whatnot. Well, we don't know that. We know what happened. We got our ass toe up. We got beat 4 games to 1. I accept that. It's not a problem with me. But all I wanted to see is progress. And I believe the Bulls will have progress. We can talk about all and not addressing rim protection. We can talk about this and that. But anytime you add a player like Drummond to your team, a lot of people might say not, but I'm telling you now, he's a rebounder. The Bulls were pretty poor last year in rebounding. We needed a rebounder. We got it. You get a veteran backup point guard to take the load off of Io. He played a lot of heavy minutes last year, pressurized minutes. We don't need that. And all the rest of the players on the team just stepping up a little bit, including Derrick Jones Jr., who's a vital piece to this team. A lot of people don't realize that. But if he can get his scoring up, he can really help Patrick Williams out at that 4 slot. He doesn't have to play as much 5 because we have Drummond. I think the Bulls did some smart things, keeping himself under the luxury tax, not hard capping himself, making the first half run, hopefully healthy, looking good. And if we are, we make our move then. And if we are looking that good, we can actually attract a decent player for less money than we would at the beginning of the year. Me and Dex had a talk. A lot of us had a talk actually about the Bulls addressing trying to get Mo Bamba. My sentiment have always been, why would we get Mo Bamba if he's not the needle that's going to move the whole team? Because he definitely would have put us over the luxury tax. It wasn't in the plans. I don't believe that's a good move. The plan was to try to drag Mitchell Robinson over, but he wanted too much money. So we'll play it by ear, guys, and see how this first half turn out. Remember, when the Bulls were healthy, we were one of the best teams in the league. When we weren't healthy, we were one of the worst. I mean, we could say the same thing about a lot of good teams. If they lose some of these top players, they're not going to be as good. So hopefully the Bulls can get healthy. I don't come on addressing who's healthy, who's going to do this. Hopefully I'm just like in you guys' sentiment. Lonzo will be back. Pat will be healthy. We got a motivated Zach, and DeMar can get off the ball a little bit. We don't have to take so many shots. Just be that clutch fourth quarter player for us. I think the Bulls will be all right.
I, I don't know. I agree, Bob, and I agree with everything you said. But I'm just I'm just keep my fingers crossed on that being healthy part as
Yeah,
far
man.
as
I mean, it's a tough
coming
thing
to.
in the NBA. I know injuries are a part of the game, but I mean, we can all go back because I know Milwaukee fans are sick when Middleton got hurt. They
Right.
really, I honestly believe in them. If they have Middleton, we might be talking about something totally different right now. But injuries are a part of the game. They are. Now, it didn't mean much against the Bulls because the Bulls wasn't fully healthy. But when they ran up against Boston, it was a little bit too much. But sometimes
Right.
things like that motivate a team, guys. If your players are out and you get drug in the mud and people rag on you, the Bulls been doubted. They've been doubting the Bulls ever since last year starting. They picked us to win, I think, 37 games. I think the Bulls won 45 or 46. So they picked us to win 43 this year. How about trying to go for a 50 piece to make sure they understand what they don't know what the hell they're talking about? We stay healthy. Bulls got a good team, man. Now, I know it's tough in the East, but everybody say all the East teams got better and the Bulls didn't. I didn't really see nothing but really maybe one team, Boston, getting a lot better. Everybody else added a piece here and there, but nobody got super duper better. And if you realize and remember, The Bulls can get better simply by what? Getting healthy. If we get
Yeah,
healthy,
yeah,
we're better.
yeah, because they
So
were
that's
better
where
then,
our
right?
upgrades come in. Our upgrades come in health. If we can stay healthy, there's our upgrade.
Yeah, go call Marvin.
Yeah, I agree with that too, Flight. That's what the Bulls need, just to stay healthy. Get
Yeah.
healthy
Yeah,
and stay
And then
healthy.
you got to go
yeah.
back also, guys, and remember,
Go ahead.
you got to remember this was last year was their first year together. Give them a chance, man. They could even mesh even better this next year coming up, you know? And a lot of people sleeping on that Dragic. I'm telling you guys, Dragic means a lot to the Bulls, just like Lonzo, not as much as Lonzo, you know that, but he means a lot. Just stabilizing the second unit is a lot of things that kind of tipped us on the far side last year. If we were tied up or 2 points down, if we brought our bench in without any consistent shooting from Kobe and the rest of the guys, the starters to come back in, we were 8-10 down. We needed to go. I'm not knocking Io, but he was a rookie, and the pressure that was put on him was almost it wasn't unbearable. But as everybody probably seen, he hit the rookie wall last year, and then he had to play heavy, first team minutes, and then sometimes with the second team. Anytime you got depth, it's going to always help. And last year we just couldn't keep depth due to what? Injuries. So an injury-free season, a little more cohesiveness. These guys gelling a little bit better, and then the emergence of Patrick Williams is enough upgrades for the Bulls to really be pretty good. So we'll see. I'm not giving out no numbers on how many we're going to win, how many, what position we're going to come in. I just want to, if we do anything, if we win 47 games, get in the playoffs, let's play well once we hit the playoffs, and let's be healthy. Because anybody can get hot in the playoffs and make a run. That's all we need to do.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, man. Is Dick still on the panel? He gone. I
Yeah, I'm
don't know
still
why he
here.
keep
No,
listening.
I'm still here.
Hey,
I'm
buddy, how
I'm
you
just
doing,
I'm
man?
just in here flirting with Jessica because she don't believe fat meat is greasy. I'm really astonished at her right now. Listen, it's hot on the press that these kids is not fucking with CJ because he came in, he acted like he was all cool, and now he's trying to bring in Kevin Durant because this cat want a ring, and now he want to sacrifice somebody, and it looks like Bi's on the chopping blocks because really the Pelicans don't want to pay Bi again. They just paid Zion. CJ won his grip. They're trying to sacrifice Bi for freaking KD, which is bad. I don't like it, but it's happening, and there's nothing we can do about it.
So what are you saying, Dex? Are you saying the Pelicans are finna shop somebody for Kevin Durant?
Yeah, Bi. They're gonna probably Bi Herb Jones and I think a couple of first rounders. That's what they negotiating on how many first rounders they're gonna try to get up. I think it's gonna riddle down to two first rounders because that first rounder thing with Rudy Gobert got out of hand, and I don't think the NBA PA really feels good about that. You follow what I'm saying? So the
Wow.
NBA Players Association, they ain't feeling good about having that many first rounders go to one team. That's not right. You know what I mean? You got to keep the league competitive. And if superstars keep getting traded and these teams giving up all these first round picks, you follow what I'm saying? It's going to hurt the NBA in the long run when these picks start to come up for harvest. So if you don't want the NBA to be ruined, they do not want all these first round picks, even though it's based on potential. It's potential energy. It's not kinetic energy. And if these first rounders panned out, say for instance, out of four, two pan out 50% or three pan out, I mean, look what you got. You're going to have a whole new hegemony of supremacy in the NBA. You follow what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
gonna get ugly. So that Rudy Gobert thing, I think that's why they slowed down a lot of these trades with these teams. That's why a lot of talk kind of simmered down because they was trying to give away too many first rounders. The Lakers screwed up when they did it. Now Minnesota just went all out with it. So they're like, oh no, man. You know what I'm saying? Look right now, and I think Oklahoma City got like what 7, 8 first round picks or something like that left. You feel me? That's astronomical. When have that ever been an NBA team having a harvest of four or five or more first round picks. So it's
Okay,
getting
hey Jax,
ridiculous.
Jax, I got a question. My question is, where you see the advantage in any of them teams? Because remember, Philadelphia had all those first round picks. What's the name? Brooklyn had all those first round picks,
Yeah,
and
they need because a lot of
and
them was tanking and stuff. You know what I mean? So they're trying to
yeah,
take the
and
tanking out. But that was a
Oklahoma did
trade.
the same
Rudy
thing.
Gobert was a trade. Yeah, and Oklahoma City
But,
did.
but
They was doing theirs with trades. Yeah.
But your first thing was the league is the Players Association is decided seeing a disadvantage in that where these
Yes.
teams are collecting these picks and they getting the
Yes.
advantage. Only the team
Yes.
they ain't getting no advantage because they still losing organizations. That go right back with Houston and all the rest of it. They still losing organizations. All they doing is making bad decisions, and then they turn it
No, you
around
can't.
and get
No,
those.
no, you can't say that. You can't really say that because if these guys pan out, right? Like I said, say for instance, the team got first round picks. In the fifth year of those picks, they got two left, and three of those five pan out. Now you got a team with three homegrown players, right? And now all
Right,
these players damn near start to come back up on contract at the same time. You
right.
understand what I'm
The
saying?
same way with
If you don't trade them,
Houston,
if you don't trade them,
Houston, Houston is in that same predicament right now because they got two good ones they got on those first round picks. With that green guy and the other one. The other guy is playing with them. So Houston is in that situation right now. I don't see Houston succeeding in that because they got those picks, because those picks really did they panned out, they good players, but they didn't move the needle.
right? But see what happens with that Houston and what's happening if you don't see what's happening with Houston, you don't see what's happening with Detroit, and you don't see what's happening with Oklahoma City Thunder, is that yeah, they below the poverty line. They are below the poverty line. That's a fact. But these players are doing good, and all it takes is one trade or somebody just want to come closer to home due to any type of circumstances, and then that can compel that team because they got so many freaking draft picks, and the draft picks that they drafted prior to that just been playing loose ball, just loose basketball, just run up and down the court, scoring, just playing loose, just getting the hang of things. And if a player comes in there like a CJ McCullough, see this is what's happening. Like a player like a CJ McCullough come to these organizations, or a player like Kyrie and KD coming to these kind of lowly organizations, a player like LeBron going to the Lakers. Just imagine if Lakers would have had all their first round picks. Just think about that. Well, LeBron, Anthony Davis coming over the next year, right? And then they got
Yep.
their core, and then they got a what? Four. How many first round pick? Like four, right? Because they gave away like four. They don't pick again until
Yeah.
2027 or something like that. So four or five first round pick. Do you imagine what could happen with that? And they say, okay, we might got a situation with Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. We'll trade one and we'll just take a couple of not first round picks, but maybe a couple second round pick with a budding veteran. Not too good veteran, but not too bad, but a budding veteran to kind of, fulcrum what LeBron got going on with a lot of these young cats. What do you think the Lakers would be? Just think about that.
So
Anthony
Dex,
Davis,
tell me this,
Lonzo
David.
Ball,
I mean Dex. I'm
Josh
sorry, go
Hart.
ahead.
Yeah, I'm just naming some players. Josh Hart. They wouldn't have had Randall, but they still would have had what's Brooke Lopez. Still would have Brooke Lopez. Um, they still would have had what's the boy name? No, they wouldn't have Clarkson because Clarkson he was already traded. Larry Nance was already traded. But look, them guys been kind of floating around, right? So Larry Nance could have came back. It's a possibility that he probably could have came back to the Lakers doing all that little turnaround from Cleveland and all that. You know what I'm saying? So the Lakers they would really be a supreme team with that type of talent. They might not have had Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard might not have been there, right? But they still would have had JaVale McGee because they wouldn't have to get rid of JaVale McGee. They would have, gave him his little bread because Anthony Davis don't want to play. Remember, Anthony Davis don't want to play center. So JaVale McGee, they would have to keep JaVale McGee like they did. They did keep him, but I'm saying they would have kept him with all the youth. Maybe Bi or Kyle Kuzma might have been the only young player that might have been traded because they kind of both play the same positions. You follow what I'm saying? But I know they put Kyle at power forward, but now you got Anthony Davis there. So I don't know. Maybe that would have worked out. I don't know. But they still would have had a hell of a core young team. They would have been like the Golden State when Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston came there. All they needed was a couple of players to come there. And even Bogut. You follow what I'm saying? Just need a couple of players to come there with that core, and look what it took them. Only injury kept them from winning 3 in a row.
Let me just chime in a second, Dex, because I was just sitting here, I'm reading the chat, and that's my buddy Sky. He's out there just shooting away.
Yeah. That's how he gets.
Sky is funny to me.
I mean, he's having an episode.
Yeah, well, he said, some of the things he said when we talk about our team, because we was talking about the Bulls, and he said nobody blames Lonzo, but as soon as you switch over to the Pelicans, he said not true. Now, Sky, if you don't mind, come on the panel. Don't just stay in the chat. I need to talk to you, buddy. I ain't gonna ride you too much.
He's having an episode right now. Sky is really having an episode right now. Oh, is that Jessica?
Until Sky gets on the panel, I'm right chill.
Okay, yeah.
Hello, Miss Jessica. But see, you're not like Sky, so I don't even put you in the same category with Sky. Sky is you're in a category by itself. But I just wanted to ask Dex this. Now, Dex, are these rumors, or are you telling me
rumors?
But Rap got unloaded. OKC don't need a whole bunch of good players.
Talk? Is there serious talk?
Some support.
That's all rumors.
All I'm gonna say is this, Dex. We've been waiting on the Kyrie trade for a long time, so I don't put much merit in a lot of conversations that hit the media. That's why I don't come on in and say this player's going there and that player's going here, because before it's over, they either go or they don't, and that's just the end of it. Let's just sit and see what happens. But I can say this, and I'm not saying this because I know this. I don't think he's going to the Pelicans, and I mean that.
Marvin, you sound like you're trying to kiss up.
Dex just wants.
No, brother. Listen, hold up. You got to look at what the Pelicans organization is about.
I don't know, Marvin.
All right, let me finish, Dex. Let me finish, Dex. First of all,
can y'all hear me?
The Pelicans are about the only team.
Yeah, we hear you, Jessica. Marvin won't let you talk.
I see that.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Want to talk more? He want to defend the Pelicans more than you.
I know. I don't be mad at you, Marvin. Go ahead.
Nah, Marvin, you a bull. You can't defend the Pelicans.
Being realistic, Jessica. I'm just being realistic, Jessica. That's all. It doesn't make sense. Why would you give up a younger player who basically is the same kind of, hopefully in years to come, as the player you're trying to get? I mean, really, you want to look at. Now, I know Kevin is a hell of a talent.
Y'all pray for Sky. Sky having an episode.
I know Kevin Durant's a hell of a talent. I know he's a hell of a talent. And I want to say this to everybody on the panel and the chat. Did you guys know this? He was 2% last year from being a 50, 40, 90 player. He shot 88% from the free throw line. Boys, he'd have been a 50, 40, 90 player last year. Kevin Durant.
Listen, that's irrelevant. The only relevancy.
What you mean is
irrelevant, Marvin? Listen, Marvin, please don't have an
Hold
episode.
Wait.
We're already trying to
calm
down Sky.
To be 50, 40,
no, we're trying to calm down Sky. Hold on 1 second, man.
Sky,
you trying to make Sky blow. Yeah, because Marvin trying to make you blow a lead.
You just made a.
Marvin trying to make you come unglued at the
just
scene.
Made wait a minute, hold on. Made an asinine statement. You just asinine.
No, that wasn't asinine, Marvin. You trying to jug at Sky. I ain't gonna let you get away with it. Sky, you need to come here and defend yourself, because when Marvin put up those statistics,
that's a damn lie. That's never. Well, let me finish. Any player.
I know what you.
That's a 50, 40, 90 is elite of.
Listen, Marvin, you're not hearing me out. I'm not challenging the stats, right? I'm saying it's irrelevant because Sky hearing those numbers and knowing that BI could be on the chopping block, he's going to blow a fuse.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna say.
Okay, I thought you was discrediting that 50, 40, 90. I'm sorry.
No, look, I'm gonna say this.
No, not the numbers. I'm talking about. I'm trying to save Sky. That's our brother. You trying to get him to blow a fuse,
gentlemen.
Okay, go ahead, Jessica. I'm sorry.
We apologize.
No, I ain't been on the panel in a minute. Y'all won't even let me talk. Look, I'm gonna say this right here. Regardless if we have BI or KD, the Pelicans is gonna be they're gonna be that team this season. So it really don't matter. If we get KD, we get KD.
Do you know if you get KD, you know what that does to the league? I don't want you to get KD. You think I want you to get KD? We have to play you guys 4 times. Come on, man. I don't know what Sky's talking about. But if you guys get KD with CJ now, Dallas Tunis and Zion, are you freaking kidding me?
So at the end of the day, is the argument is irrelevant. I just like BI.
That is going to hurt Denver too,
personally. But if we get KD or if we keep BI, it's all good. At the end of the day, like, what's the problem?
Nah, man, I don't want them to get no KD. I don't. I really don't want them to get KD.
Because y'all know Dick's a hater.
No, it's not that I'm a hater. I just want my team to win, for crying out loud. How everybody else getting all these potent players and I'm stuck with Russell Westbrook.
Right. And even if we don't get KD, y'all still going to lose against the Pelicans. So what?
Well, we have a better chance. I can tell you that much. KD knows how to beat LeBron. He just do. After LeBron whooped him as a youngster with that Miami team, KD vowed to never lose to LeBron again in a meaningful game. And I'm afraid of that. You follow me? I am afraid of some KD getting on a team with a CJ McCullough and a Dallas Tunis, players who know how to play their role, don't get in the way, and Zion unstoppable from 4 feet in. You can't stop him from 4 feet in if he's playing anything like the last time we saw him play. Anything close to that. 60% from the freaking field. We don't want that.
Dick,
I don't know why Sky thinking that I'm trying to clown him. Man, I ain't trying to clown you. I'm saying no, please do not pull the trigger. Man, Pelicans, we don't stay where you at.
This is what you don't understand. We don't want KD, and I saw your boy in the chat say that is what the organization want. Our organization gonna go off the fans. I don't know about y'all. They want the tickets sold.
And y'all want to know.
We not like the regular. We not like the New Yorkers where they gonna come to the game no matter what they have on the floor. So we do.
KD's gonna bring them out. You heard T.I. You heard when T.I. say bring them out, bring them out. KD would definitely bring them out.
Man, listen what I'm telling you, man.
A lot of Pelican fans.
Everybody want Brandon, dog. Everybody want Brandon, man. Y'all got to start going on them Pelican podcast.
No, we're not tripping off that. Brandon, listen, Brandon stands alone. We know Brandon's a solid player. We ain't tripping about that. But KD is, listen, I seen the guy play, okay? The guy looks like he's just as tall as all the way up to the damn Jumbotron. That's how slinky tall he is. He's real thin, but he's tall as freaking hell. And the way he moves out there in the court, it looks like somebody is like a puppet on a string. You know what I mean? His limbs just be everywhere. But the ball always freaking go in. And if you got a solid player like a KD with a Zion, and remember now, KD is a winner. He's a winner. He's a champion. He knows what it takes to win. And he gets up under Zion, who Zion respects KD. You follow what I'm saying? And with CJ, listen, I know CJ. To me, CJ is a house man. Okay, I don't know how.
That's the only person we'll send out for KD.
Okay,
CJ.
you talk. Okay,
we
look,
sending CJ.
He know what I'm talking about, Sky. I can tell you know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I'm not trying to knock KD, but I'm not trying to knock him. I'm not trying to make him seem less of what he is. But do you see what's going on right now with KD? Do you see what's going on with KD right now? Do you think
we learned from AD?
It's almost like
we learned from AD, man. We learned from AD. You think we about to do that? Y'all really think we about to do that? Y'all think Gail?
I don't know what's gonna happen. All I know is where there's smoke, there's fire.
Ever since AD
keep that in mind.
Ever since AD did that, you think Gail Benson about to spend her money like that? She even
came over and under on Zion's weight. That's a good. That might be a good Vegas.
If you don't want to be here, she don't want you here. She said that. She want players that want to be in New Orleans.
And you know, I ain't gonna.
And Brandon showed he won't be in New Orleans. So you think she about to trade him? Brandon been loyal.
Well, I mean, you know,
Griffin,
man,
I don't
Brandon
know about
been
all
loyal.
I don't
Look
even
up,
think
Zion to go before Brandon.
Like KD and his personality.
Zion ain't going nowhere. First of all,
yeah, we know
after
that.
them paid him that money,
I've been told
he's solid.
That.
He's stuck.
I agree
Zion ain't
with
going.
you.
All he got to do is keep his
I'm
weight
just
down.
telling you what I know. If they wanted to trade somebody, Brandon Ingram stamp. Zion to be gone before Brandon Ingram. Trust me, the way it worked
I
down
don't.
here.
I don't think so.
Hey,
I
y'all in the
don't think so.
chat, y'all in the
Because it's
All
chat
about
right,
need to
money.
chill out. Talking about I got a
all right.
crush on a basketball player. Brandon Ingram is how old?
Well, sometimes we have crush on volleyball players, so you can have a crush on a basketball player. It's no big deal.
He's young.
So you could be a cougar. A whole bunch of cougars out there.
Oh,
Look how you
I didn't
laughing.
say I was old now, Dex. I didn't say I was old now.
You laugh at that one. But
I
I'm
didn't
just
say I
saying,
was
look,
old.
right. But I'm saying this right here. If you have a max player in Zion, right? CJ is coming up for his. Valanciunas in a couple of years. That no,
You
KD's
still
already
gotta pay
paid for
KD?
4 years. That's what I'm trying to get at. He's already paid. You ain't got to pay him nothing. Just swap him over.
And
Swap
check
him
this
over.
out. That's what it looked like, right? But what if when he get here, if it don't go his way, he gonna be saying he won't out. They didn't give up Brandon Ingram.
No, he's with.
Josh, shut the hell. Oops.
Yeah, I see him, Josh. Josh a fool. But listen,
Don't.
Sky, you got to remember CJ is there. It's not like he's coming there without CJ. He's coming there with another proven veteran who made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals with his sidekick, Damian Lillard, another superstar. CJ has no problem acquiescing
Man,
to
listen what I'm
somebody of
saying.
superior
Why would we
talent.
do that?
CJ. He ain't even the CJ. Just he.
Man, CJ might be
You
on the
don't.
bench. What is
No,
he
CJ
talking
ain't gonna be
about?
on the bench. No, he the
Man,
mic.
CJ
CJ
ain't the
might be.
one. I don't think
Now you
CJ
guys want to
making
bench CJ
calls
after
like
all he
that.
done for
Man,
you
this what I'm
guys? You
saying,
guys are
man.
sounding like an ingrates.
This what I'm
How
getting
you
at.
gonna bench CJ when he took you
Man,
guys to the
CJ a
play-in game?
mentor, man. CJ a mentor over there, man. They ain't gonna put him on the bench next year. I'm not saying next year they're gonna put him on the bench. No,
CJ
he's
won a
starting.
ring, dude. I
What
knew
I'm
he was
saying,
up to something. I knew.
oh,
See, this the difference. Let me explain something to you guys. This the difference between CJ McCullough and that guy over there in Charlotte named Gordon Hayward. One thing CJ done, he is recruiting talent to you guys, right? And by him recruiting talent to you guys, it's making you better. It's making you guys more attractive. Where Gordon Hayward just want to sit on his $120 million contract until it expires and then say, thank you, Mike. You follow what I'm saying?
who he
I just
recruited to
robbed you.
us? Who he recruited to us?
KD, what are you talking about?
Man, that man ain't recruiting no KD. We don't want KD. What are you talking about?
Man, oh, man,
Man,
I
he
don't
just
understand.
making that up, man. Man, y'all the only one. Oh, Dex, this is a question I have for you. Have you ever been right on anything you said about the Pelicans yet?
Of course. I was
What
right
you,
that Lonzo was taking his ass up out of there.
man, come on, man. Oh
He
yeah,
should have stayed.
man. What
Zoe
you
should have
mean,
stayed.
man? We wanted him gone, man.
But look, you're right. They wanted him gone, but really Zoe should have stayed. Come on now,
How you gonna stay when you guys
dang
trying to
well.
undervalue the
You
guy? I
know
mean,
Man,
come
how
on
dang
you
now.
well.
undervalue?
How would you
You
say?
know
Wait.
dang
Hold on.
well
Let
if
me
Zoe
answer
was on the
Jessica.
Pelicans, y'all would
Jessica,
love that right now. Y'all
Jessica,
would
Jessica,
love that
Jessica.
right now if Zoe was
Listen,
on the Pelicans with this
Jessica,
squad.
First Lady of Flight Sports TV. Listen to me real quick. If your job undervalue you according to what you consider your value is based on your work output, are you going to stay at that job or are you going to look
No,
for
I
another
didn't.
job?
I understand
Man,
that
that boy
part.
work out put with shits, man.
But
What
all
you
I'm
talking
saying,
about?
what I'm saying is, I understand that he
I'm
was
just saying
probably
though, he felt
undervalued.
maybe he might have felt undervalued.
Okay, I understand that. And
And then
at the time when he felt like that, the Pelicans wasn't doing too good either. All I'm saying is,
no,
y'all
not
know.
no, he wasn't tripping off the record wise because he knew they was going to get better if they
Man, they
stayed
was trying to
together.
get that boy 60, man.
See
That
that
boy
you
ain't want
not
to take
letting
the
me
60.
talk and you putting words in my mouth. That's not cool at all, y'all.
That's what they do.
All I said was he probably felt like he was undervalued. Okay. And at that time, the Pelicans wasn't doing so good. That's all
But
I
what
said.
I'm
I didn't
saying,
say
Jessica, yeah, what I'm saying is that the Pelicans wasn't doing so good. That wasn't the issue. I don't believe with Lonzo. He wanted to be amongst the BIs and the Zions and the Josh Harts of the world. He wants to be amongst them. Those are his friends. You know what I'm saying?
well,
Especially Josh and Zion.
the
But the
only thing
thing
that
of
I was trying to say, Dex, was dang well. I said dang well that if that y'all would have loved to see Zoe on his team right now. And that's what the problem is. That's
but
where all
I
the hate
know it
come
hurt
from.
our heart. It hurt our heart that that snake oil salesman, David
He
Griffin,
just didn't think
tried
that it was worth it.
tried to lowball him, and it just had to listen. It had players very, very upset that they letting this guy go when they know that he is a good talent. They see him practice, right? We don't see the practice. They see the practice. They see him do whatever he do in practice, calling out plays, reading defense assignments, helping players get in the best position, being a helping hand to Alvin Gentry. They saw that. Now, when Stan Van Gundy got there, he was more of a control freak, right? So by Stan Van Gundy being more of a control freak, okay, cool. You got to the Eastern Conference championship game. You got to the NBA Finals. Okay, let's see what you got. Because Alvin Gentry resume wasn't as strong as Stan Van Gundy resume. So they probably fell back, let Stan Van Gundy, do what he do, and they follow suit. But it started to get ugly because everybody's handling the ball except the person they want to handle the ball. But they're trying to trust in Stan Van Gundy. It didn't work. David Griffin knew it didn't work. So what David Griffin did was put all of the onus on Stan Van Gundy and ultimately fired him. Because
we dodged the bullet with Lonzo Ball. I'm so happy we got rid of him.
Because you know what? If the same thing would have happened, to Zoe on the Pelicans this past season, would Zion have signed his contract? Would they have made it to a playoff? Would it have been? Would we have seen Jose?
Listen,
would we have seen her?
You can't say that. Listen. This dude right here, Sky. Hold on one second. I'm addressing Sky because Sky's saying no. You asking a question. So when you ask a question, you leave the delirium up. You know what I'm saying? Up for grabs. Okay, but Sky is being delirious, not delirium, but delirious.
It's true, man.
And the reason why he's being delirious is because his dislike or disdain for Lonzo. Now, Jessica asked a really good question. Well, it would have been the same. You don't know because whatever play Lonzo was doing with the Chicago Bulls and tweaked something doesn't mean that he would have been doing that same play at that same moment to tweak something. You understand what I'm saying?
Nah, but he's kind of had that issue lingering.
But listen, you got to.
That's why we lowballed though.
No, that ain't why. That's what David Griffin does.
Wrong. That boy,
he couldn't lowball Zion.
That's not what David Griffin does because
that's what David Griffin does.
He actually Well,
unless LeBron makes him. He was trying to lowball everybody on Cleveland Cavaliers championship team. Remember? Listen. You gotta. That's what I'm trying to say. You gotta follow his history. Yeah, David Griffin would love to. LeBron had to always come to bat.
Man, they bash that man. That's all they do.
Come on, don't convolute things. Let's talk.
Man, when something don't go Lonzo,
so everybody can understand us.
Hold on, Dex. Hold on, Dex. Let me address Sky for a second.
About what's going on now.
Sky, did you I'm sorry. Just let me say this. You can go on, Jessica. Sky, did you dodge a bullet with Zion because he was hurt all last year?
Thank you. I was gonna get to that, but
did we dodge a bullet with him?
A whole lot of other teams did. Obviously, he didn't play at all last year.
No, I'm gonna be honest
but you know
with
what?
you. I'm about to tell him. Hold on. Let me answer this question.
That was to Sky, Jessica.
Let me answer this question. Me personally, I'm happy that happened that week. We see what we got.
Me too.
We wouldn't have never knew that if he would have played.
Sky, you gonna say any damn thing and try to. You gonna say anything to try to make it better. First, you was happy. Let me finish. First, you was happy. You was happy that Lonzo got hurt and you didn't keep him. Now you happy Zion got hurt so you can see what's left on the team.
I never say I was happy he got hurt.
You said you dodged a bullet.
Zion, a fat dude can dunk. Sky is so hypocritical.
I did.
It's a walking contradiction.
Well, I never say I didn't say that.
Hey, everything that happened between Zoe, Zion, and the rest of it, it looked like it all happened for the better.
Thank you. That's all I can take it. I take it like that. It all happened for the better. Everybody's better in their situation.
Nah, not everybody. Lonzo played 35 games. Everybody.
You see what we got to deal with, Jess? Soon as we come to an agreement, this guy throws a Molotov cocktail bomb in there to blow everything up so we won't be united.
Man, I'm going to teach y'all boys.
Guy is a disuniter.
I'm confused a little bit here, guys. I'm confused here.
Integrity, man. Y'all don't have no integrity.
I'm confused.
And look, another question. Let me ask y'all this. Not last season, but the season before last, or would we even be having this conversation about KD coming to the Pelicans?
I mean,
Probably not.
no, it's
Probably not.
good to have
Probably
conversation.
not.
So you know what that tell me. So
This
I
is
just,
CJ
all
doing.
I want to say, no,
don't go there, Jessica. I see where you're going. I see your rendezvous point, Jessica. I see your rendezvous point.
Man,
No,
CJ
don't go
told
there.
B.I. that
This
was
is
his
CJ doing.
CJ told B.I. is his team. What you
Man,
talking
B.I.
about?
won't even answer none of his calls no more, man, because he sees CJ. He sees CJ is treacherous.
About that.
Ain't no inside joke. Stop that.
No, listen,
CJ is treacherous.
Let me
He's
speak.
a company guy.
Let me speak. Now, in reference to CJ putting on blast that Zion and B.I. is not answering his phone calls, I take it as an inside joke.
That
because
is an inside joke.
No, see, that's where you're wrong at. No, Jessica, that's where you're wrong at.
How can you tell me that?
No, because it wasn't CJ. CJ did it on live TV. He did it on ESPN.
No,
but this came from the Pelicans.
Hold on, wait a minute. CJ screenshotted his phone on FaceTime with his baby, trying to call B.I. and trying to call
I ain't talking about that right there. That ain't talking about. I'm talking about the Pelicans. The Pelicans went on Twitter, on their official Twitter page.
They took no. Hold on, wait. You're not gonna tell me about my team.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you what happened. You trying to cover for your team,
man. They be trolling.
You subjective. No, Sky, she's subjective, Sky, and you know it.
I'm
y'all
telling you what happened.
You know what they do to Falcons every year?
Took them same pictures that CJ posted on FaceTime trying to call these boys, and I guess they didn't answer or whatever. And they
ain't gonna answer because they know what time it is.
Done, Des. Give me some respect, please.
Okay, go ahead. Because I see you about ready to have an episode. So you finna have an episode. Go ahead. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Explain something, and you won't let me explain it. You won't let me finish. If I was cutting somebody off, you'd be telling me to be quiet.
That's Sky.
Right?
That's Sky. No, that's Sky.
Okay, look, Dex. So the Pelican organization took those same screenshots and they reposted them. Now, if it was supposed, and you know one thing for sure, they don't do a lot of talking when it comes to messy stuff with Zion or B.I. or any of that, because all last season didn't nobody know what the hell was going on with Zion. So they reposted this thing with CJ, because ever since CJ went on national TV and he said it the first time, which was the truth, CJ keeps making these jokes. Zion ain't answering the phone. B.I. ain't answering the phone.
Ain't no damn joke.
These jokes. They keep making these jokes for people like you who believe it and think that they not talking to each other. They got this beef.
Trolling.
The Pelicans
Rico, come up here, Rico.
No beef.
It's called trolling.
Not announce no beef. Why would we?
Nah, they wouldn't do that.
Right, that don't even make sense.
They call that trolling. They do it to the
Sky.
They do it to the Falcons every year. They do it to the Falcons every year.
No, Jessica.
They do it to the Falcons every year.
Why you laughing?
Jessica, you beautiful and all. You're beautiful. You can spin a lot of guys' head, but you can't spin that one. You can't spin that one right there. That's above and beyond you right there. You cannot spin what the Pelicans put out there. It wasn't no inside joke, nothing.
Answer this.
They like, B.I., you screwing up this trade, man. You need to answer CJ.
They do be answering CJ.
You want to laugh so bad.
Man, he trying to drive you, man. You know that ain't true, man.
It's an inside joke, because the whole freaking season, it was always these rumors about this, that, and the third. Zion going to New York. Zion doing this. He ain't talking to CJ, which the CJ part, I believe that was true at the first time. But now it's all a joke. Now they can laugh back at y'all. The whole year y'all was laughing at y'all.
I'm trying to add this. Oh, that's like. Yeah, shout out to K&T. Shout out to No Panic. Shout out to Rico.
Shout out to Jess in the chat. I hear what y'all saying. They proved me wrong, so I can't speak on the Pelicans.
And what I said,
yeah, you
I
stay
was
out
right.
of this, K&T.
No,
you don't have no dog in the fight. You don't have no dog in the fight.
K&T, I was right, K&T.
Hey, hold on real quick, Scar. I'm going to tell you. What up, though, Scar? No, but listen. What can you say about them when they actually went from a bad organization to a low-key hire? We seen good, positive moves from them, man. Like picking up C.J. McCullough, great move. You know what I'm saying? He's well organized. He's the head of the CBA. Zion re-signing. They did that weight. They did that clause I said that they was going to put on here. I got bashed for that on here. There ain't gonna be no clause in Zion contract year, and then 295 came right up.
Anthony Alvarado, I am dead serious. This is This is
Even
really
Herb
taking
Jones.
on legs.
Even Herb Jones is a low key sneaky good pickup. Like we're seeing good. We're seeing good
Yeah,
pickup.
he's going to be gone too.
No, but you're so like you're taking the what's the word I'm looking for? Like you're taking the bad out of everything they do, and not looking at the good that they did. They went from a bad
Oh
organization.
no, that's not me. That must be you. Must talk about Ray.
Like how your demeanor is. That's why she's like. That's why she don't believe. Like listen. That's why she's saying that because your demeanor is down.
Because I'm one of the first ones to break rank when it came to the Pelicans.
No, let me tell you something.
I was the first one.
That's why Sky really don't come at me too hard. No, this was before you, KNT. I was one of the first ones to break rank on the Pelicans when they would start doing really, really good. I started noticing that, and I said, them and the Cleveland Cavaliers, y'all better watch out for it.
Nah, you started noticing that because we was coming on here letting you know.
Yup.
And I keep an eye on the Pelicans. I keep one eye on the Pelicans.
Ain't nothing that
just
I said
because
last season was I haven't been wrong
of the
about
Laker
nothing
thing.
I said.
Oh, Jessica,
Hey,
I
what's
said
up,
something
Jessica?
about Herb Jones.
Hey, what's up, panel?
Jessica, I
Was that
said something
Rico?
about Herb Jones. They laughed
Here
at
come
me.
the Cavalry.
They laughed at me when I talked about Herb Jones
Yeah.
one time.
Well,
No,
I wasn't familiar with Herb Jones. You right about
I
that.
just want to make
I
sure.
wasn't familiar with Herb Jones.
I do want to say
Sky, you
something.
did put us on Herb Jones.
Yo,
As long
Sky.
as I was the first.
Yeah, listen, I know. I
When it
never.
came to the Pelicans, I've been preaching this Brandon Ingram. Yes, I was.
But
I
that
was
was
on
1 and
Brandon
12. You
Ingram
sure?
hype
Yeah,
all
Rico
season, and y'all
had
was
been
calling me a
preaching
loser.
Don't you start it, Jessica.
Yes,
Don't
I
start
was.
co-signing.
And y'all was calling me a loser and crazy and all of this extra. 'Cause, yeah, like for real, y'all was calling Brandon Ingram a losing player and all this extra shit in the beginning of the season, man. Like y'all
Well,
wrote
he
him off
was
too
1 and
soon.
12. I mean, come on, 1 and 12. I mean, what
But
can you
But
say?
you got to no. But you got to hold on, Dex. Yeah, the team was 1 and 12. You right, but you came out. They started out the season losing the best player on their team, not knowing what the heck was going on.
I understand that.
And having nothing but rookies, like the mostly. I'm
I
trying not to
understand
cuss,
that.
I'm sorry. And most of the the
Listen, I
players
did
on the
not
team
drag
were
the Pelicans.
rookies. This was their first year playing.
Listen,
Do
Jessica and
you know
Sky, I
that the
did not drag the
Pelicans?
Pelicans. You
Do
got the
you know
wrong
that the
person.
Pelicans
Only thing I
played the
did was,
most minutes out of any team in the NBA?
Jessica, you sound like a dripping faucet right now. I did not drag the Pelicans. I only talked about the Pelicans hard 2 games. 1 preseason game against the Bulls and 1 regular season game against the Bulls. That's it. Outside of that, I didn't really drag them.
No.
And I did want to
Because
say
Zion wasn't there.
because Sky, when the only time we said you was crazy about the Herb Jones when you was comparing them to Lonzo, like you.
But he is. Look at the stats, man. His stats are better than him.
He is not nowhere near Lonzo.
Man, look at the stats, man. Y'all don't never want to look at the stats, man. Look at the stats, man.
Yo, okay, so we gonna put Joey. Okay, about Devin Booker probably averages more than a lot of players that's better than him.
Now there you go with that.
We're talking about better player, bro. You're talking about this. We know who's
Man,
better.
y'all see this? What y'all see?
We know. You said Herb Jones is
y'all see his defense. Y'all see his defense. Lonzo's defense better than the man's, right?
100%.
But his stats is better than his, and he played more games than Lonzo. That means he was consistent. Lonzo played 35 games, which meaning after 35 games, his stats stopped. So we don't even know if he was going to keep that.
This is where Sky loses credibility. He did put us up on Herb Jones, but now he's just over-investing the young
man. Look at the stats, man. I'm not bashing him, man. I'm telling y'all, look at the stats, man.
We all know Lonzo's
look at the stats.
Herb Jones is a good defender. He's a great defender, but Lonzo's he's the best point guard defender in the league, bro.
Hey, what stats are we talking? What stats you want me to look up?
Man, look up Herb Jones stats.
Herb Jones steals and blocks or whatever, right?
But then you gotta ask
me what stats do you want me to look up that prove that Herb Jones is better on defense?
All of them. Just look at both of them.
I'm just asking.
I'm just asking. Steals.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Percentage. Everything.
But that's what I'm saying. If I'm looking at impact on court, no, he's not better than Lonzo.
No,
defensively, defensive rating and defensive impact, no, he's not better than Lonzo. If you over here want to bring up, maybe he has what 0.1 point because that's what the stats say. That's what the stats say.
I know. I looked at it myself.
That's what the stats say.
I know y'all care.
But
But Sky,
I'm
when you look
asking
at
you,
the
what
stat,
stats do you
the
want me to
numbers
look
seem to
up?
change. It's called
Are you talking about blocks and
dyslexia.
steals?
We talking about all you could do is you could pull up.
I'm
You get
asking you what stats. It's
you
not just blocks and steals. Don't
all right,
come at me
blocks.
with blocks and
All right.
steals.
Look for
What stats
blocks.
you want me to look up?
Look up blocks. Look up steals. You can look up plus
Look up
minus.
rebounds.
What else you want to look up?
Lonzo's an elite defender on defense.
No,
The only
but
thing
that's the
Lonzo do better than him is shoot from the three, but he ain't too far.
You gotta stop, bro. You got your bro.
Man,
Cut
no,
he
no,
that.
no, no,
shot
no,
like
no, no, no. You
38%,
said
man.
look up stats. Now
You
all
better.
you could name was blocks and steals. What other stats was you looking up? That's what I'm asking.
He
Now,
better
what
than
else
that.
defense is? What
Because
else
you
defense
couldn't
is?
just look up
What
blocks and
else
steals
defense
and
is?
that was it for you to
Still,
say he was better.
All right, all
That's
right, all
not
right.
possible. Yes, Sky, you're
brother,
too good.
All right,
you
I
had
give you too much
Lonzo
credit.
was guarding power forward.
look up whatever stats consider defense.
Come on, bro. You gotta get this up. You're talking about a
Look
dude
up
that
any
runs
stats
forward.
that consider defense.
You gotta get this. This is a bad take, bro. And you're trying to make it
I know
happen.
it's a bad take because it's the truth.
No, that don't even.
Because he ain't
y'all
do his
don't want
research.
separate.
This is the same thing No Panic did yesterday. He ain't do his research, made a claim, and then looked dumb after. No Panic got off the panel afterwards. I didn't even get a chance to tell him nothing.
That take was. I'm trying to figure out what does Herb Jones do in any position. And Lonzo's better than him in everything, every aspect of basketball.
Hold on.
Every single aspect of basketball. Herb's all right, but come on, bro.
Y'all can hear me?
Herb and Lonzo is so disrespectful. Their levels levels away from each other. Tears.
Did you look up defensive rating?
Oh, you talking about
Plus
Sky?
minus something like.
Now he looked at the blocks and still said they were.
No, I'm trying to figure out if there's any advanced stats. Like it could have just been that.
Yeah, bro,
You
shoot
could
30.
just look up blocks and steals and be like, yeah, he better. Like,
Come on, bro. You gotta stop this. You really gotta stop this. Like this is just terrible. Lonzo's better than him in every aspect. Better than him, period. Way better than him. You're comparing this.
You know,
As much as you want, Lonzo's way better than him, bro. Way better than like he's like a 71 overall for real. 72 overall player, bro. Like if then that's at best 71. He shoots 33% from the field, bro. Like come on, bro.
but Sky did say that he does shoot threes
Does
better
what?
than Herb.
He does everything. He shoots three. He shoots better threes. He shoots that. He rebounds more. Look, he averaged 4 rebounds. Come on, bro. Like can Herb Jones guard the 4 small 5s? Come on, bro. Stop it, bro. Lonzo on power forward. That's defense. You go in and out.
When I look at
You're choppy. You're being choppy.
We ain't hear nothing.
when I look at her,
We didn't hear nothing you said.
You gotta go back and start over. We ain't hear you. Went in and out.
when I think of Herb, I think of straight defense. Now I ain't gonna lie, I'm happy.
You good now?
Oh, you can hear me now.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, when I think of Herb, I think of straight defense. Yeah, he do have to work on his shooting and stuff like that, but we don't really rely on Herb to get those type of points. So I don't know if he really had those opportunities to showcase, his shooting ability.
Even though let's just speak on defense because that was the original argument, right? Bruh, what does Herb do on defense better than Lonzo Ball? That's what I want to. The fact that he said that is just beyond me. It's crazy.
Hey, KNT.
You're talking about the best defensive point guard in the league.
Yeah.
And come on, this is wild. This dude had Kyrie Irving shooting 3 for what he shoot 3 for 19. Come on, bro.
I don't know about all that, but
he locked Kyrie Irving up. He locked LaMelo up too.
He ain't locked Curry up.
You want me to go back to that game?
No, listen, hey, bro. Like
because you say that lock him up, I'm about to show you, bro. We're talking about better. Exactly. When it comes to, we know who's the better defender, bro. We're talking about rebound 1 through 4. He guard any forward. Can Herb Jones guard a forward or a small center? If he can't, there's no argument. We're talking about
KNT.
there's no argument, bro.
But
You
guess
can hear me?
what though? You're talking about somebody
Damn, that shit must be
argument, but you're debating a person that's been in the NBA for how many years?
No, he said no. We're only debating it because Scott said he's a better defender at Lonzo, and he just sounded stupid as hell. It didn't make no sense.
No,
That's the only reason we argued
Herb
it.
is capable. I think Herb is capable of being
Able to guard a four. We gonna put Herb Jones on a 4 or a small center.
I think Herb Jones is capable.
He's not capable.
Here's the thing. I didn't even argue.
I think he is.
Wait.
I just want to see what Sky's case is. I want Sky to make a case. That's all. I want him to he said it. I want him to prove it. That's all.
Y'all boy be on that damn.
I like Herb Jones. Go ahead, Sky.
Look, you hear me?
Hey, no panic.
Oh, here come no panic. Here come no panic.
Man, y'all just
oh
now
my
hear me?
God! Episode. You still have the episodes. You ain't clicked.
Hey,
man.
No, hey, listen, hey. Let me say something real
Let me
quick.
say something real one
No,
second.
let me say something real quick. Cause Rico said something with my name, and I gotta clarify what's going on. Yesterday, the argument been. No, was that yesterday or the day before?
Day before. It was the day before.
All right. Nobody interrupt. Let me just say why I say because I don't have time for the
Yeah, he don't got
no. The statement was made that Lonzo ain't a sniper.
How?
No, hold on. Just let me finish. I ain't even about to talk for long. I about to get off after I finish saying this. The statement was Lonzo's a sniper,
bro.
Hold on. I
the
say
bait.
you.
Pause, Isaiah. Good
Damn.
gracious, Isaiah Curry. Say pause.
Yeah.
So now let me
Isaiah
finish.
Curry, reckless right now.
So the conversation went if Zoe was a sniper. I said I personally agree that he's a sniper, but one can make the argument that he's not a sniper. Then I said, because you can look at his game-to-game production. Usually have his games he shoot like 70%. Then his next game he shoot like.
Did you really
20.
sleep on this? No panic.
Hold on, no, because Rico bring it up, so now I gotta clarify and from listen instead of just being like, oh, he's saying something about Lonzo that's bad, so let us shut him up by talking over him. So what I saying is he got games where he shoots 70% one game, and he dropped down to 20%. So
That's facts.
Who
doesn't do that?
See, and every time I get to the state,
if you're a sniper, you should.
That's what I'm saying. He still did. He took a day and he didn't come by and prove that other players don't do that.
I want to put it there, Isaiah.
That's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to find a sniper who shoots 40% every game, and they be like, "Yeah, he's better than Lonzo." That's what you're supposed to do.
Turn all night about that.
If you couldn't do that, then you don't have a case.
Rico, can you shut up and let me finish, bro? Damn.
Oh my God, no panic is traumatized.
Listen. On some real shit.
Go ahead,
like,
go ahead, no panic. Go ahead.
All the time, but y'all boy cut somebody else soon as they say something against Lonzo. Like y'all gotta be open and accepting criticism.
Chill on your episodes, dude.
It's not an episode, Dick. I was trying to get us up the other night, and that last come on. So what I've been saying is, if you look at his stats, if we bring up stats.
I just want y'all to bring up
you gotta
stats
mute
on
your
both
mic,
sides of the
Let
street.
no panic
Rico
talk
know
and
he
mute your mic, Rico.
Rico don't want to be wrong about shit. So when somebody bringing up facts and stats, he don't want to hear the shit. That's who Rico is. That's why I just
No panic. It's not that I don't want to be wrong.
No,
I legit told Sky to educate me. That's what I told him. I told him if he wants to make a point, go find a stat so he could prove it.
Contain yourself enough to another person get their point out.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so like I say, every game is not the same percentages. So when the season final, yeah, he's shooting 42%. But if you look at his game log, you got 33%, 37%, 42%, 55%, 16%, 16%, 66%, 500, 40%, 42%, 70%, 14%, 33%, and that going on and on. He got, I count 12 games where he shoot under 33%. And he only played 30? That's 1/3 of the season that he played shooting less than 30% from three. So what I'm saying is a fact. He's inconsistent from game to game percentages.
Okay, let me intercede here real quick. I understand what you're saying, Scott. Hold on one second, guys.
Okay,
We
I
don't
want
want to convolute. We don't want to convolute no panic message.
real quick. I might got
We
some.
understand what no. Yeah, we understand what no panic is saying. Not every game, Lonzo going to shoot 70%.
I got some stats for y'all. I got a game. I got some game stats for y'all.
Bring up the good game.
But no,
No, we bringing up the average. We're not bringing up. That's a lie. We're bringing up the average.
That's why I say.
And that's how the NBA does it. We only doing it the way the NBA. They made the rules, not us.
Yeah, but being consistent is more important.
Dex, you
average shows consistency.
Smart man, so
But
you
how is that
understand what we
consistent
talking
if
about
you
when we say inconsistent.
Well, I'm about to go to J. Okay, I got the lead leaguer in shooting percentage, Joe Harris, right? 16%, 18%, 17%, 20%.
You do the same thing. Rico.
He got 14 games under lead the league. Everybody does that, bro. I see he has more games under 33% than Lonzo. Is Joe Harris not a sniper?
See, every time somebody talk about Lonzo,
no, we're talking about the fact.
We're comparing. We're comparing.
You gotta like if you want something to be law, it has to be law for all players. You just can't mix it for one player.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what I said.
These guys are insane.
When you can't, it has to work for both sides of the street. It has to work for both sides of the street. I told you guys that. You cannot criticize Lonzo and then not use that criteria on other players. That's what I told you.
You know why, Rico? You know why we don't use it? We don't.
I don't get it. Why don't y'all understand that? Y'all being hypocrites by doing that. Y'all being hypocrites. Because if that's the case, then you find me a player who no panic. You have to go. I told you this already. You need to go out there. You have to go out there and find a player who consistently.
No panic is still
no. I just listened to you this whole time. I just listened to you.
Talking about something.
Yo, one mic.
What do you mean? All I'm doing is talking.
One thing. He go up to try to compare it to somebody else.
No, but you're speaking on one person. You're saying that means Joe Harris and
bro.
Nobody's
just said go find a player who fits your criteria. That's what you need to do.
You're not one NBA player that fits your criteria.
Whenever y'all finish, I'm gonna let y'all know exactly why we're not.
What do you mean? Whenever y'all finish, I just let you go. We all just let you go. We all just let you go.
No, and I said I'm gonna let y'all finish.
That's
so
why I said
finish,
you need to go out there and listen. You need to go out there and find. No. It's not about us finishing. You need to go do your research and find a player who fits the criteria that you want to make up. That's what you need to do. If you can't do that, then something's wrong with your criteria.
No panic, Rico's right.
You convoluting the conversation because you don't understand what we're even talking about.
That's what you're doing. That's what you did. You pretty much said he's not a sniper because he doesn't shoot above this percent consistently for you.
No panic is not paying you no attention because he's already upset at you.
No panic. Hold on, every time we talk about Lonzo, and that's a fact.
I know, but listen. Hold on 1 second, guys. Listen, guys, slow down, please. No panic. Okay, listen. Only thing we're saying is that however you categorize Lonzo, then you need a player to bring as a standard. So we know where you're coming from. Where's your springboard at? Okay, but right now you have no springboard.
Let me rebuttal. Next. And I'm a calmly say this, and I don't want nobody interrupted. The reason why we don't compare, I'm not comparing to another player, because being a sniper is not a fact. Being a sniper is an opinion of somebody. So I have an opinion on Lonzo Ball. I would not have to go to somebody else to compare him because they bringing up stats where.
Okay, yeah, we're not speaking no facts. Oh my God. We just speaking thoughts, bro.
All right, so that's why he's saying that's like. Let me ask you a question.
You gotta have.
Hold on. Let me ask you one question.
Curry not a sniper. He has.
No. Hold on. Let me ask you one question. Let me ask one question. Do you think Beyonce look good?
No.
Yeah, I think she do.
Okay, but hold on.
That's an opinion.
Conversation. That's not.
No, your number of that good support.
Hold on. Your answer. You say you think she look good. That's your opinion. We don't got to measure her to another woman for you to have your decision, your opinion.
No, there ain't no opinion. He's top 4 in 3-point percentage. That's the fact.
No, listen, I get that. I
So that makes him a sniper.
Man, the man played 35 games,
I feel
man.
like he is a sniper.
The man
So I'm
played
not arguing
35
saying he ain't a
games,
sniper.
man.
What I trying to show y'all is when you look at somebody being a sniper,
What about
it can
last
be
year, Sky?
subjective. It can
He
be
shot
subjective
38%
because
last
one
year.
person can see a sniper shoot 50% from the field. Another person can see, well, he was shooting 50%, but he had a bunch of games. We only shoot 10, 15%.
Steph Curry had more games than
No,
36.
hold on. I understand there's other players out there, but we're not talking about other players. We just talking about Lonzo.
Criteria,
I'm
bullshit.
not putting him on the scale to see if he's a sniper or not.
Man, I
We
just can't
talking
wait till
about
the
Lonzo.
season start,
Y'all
man.
keep trying to compare because y'all ain't got no
You know what,
argument whenever
Sky?
somebody
We
bring
had
up.
no
Okay,
argument.
hold on 1 second, Sky. You know what? Only thing we're saying is this. Some people claim that he's a sniper. Some people say he's not. So the people that claim that he's a sniper show his percentage for the year, right? This year and last year. You don't have to use this year. You're talking about 35 games. Use the 73 games he played last year. I mean, 65 games or whatever it was he played last year. Use that criteria because that was a lengthy season. That's considered a full season, right? Because he played 73 games. He played 65 or something to that nature of last season. But on the other hand, those who say he's not a sniper, what is a sniper? What percentage do you have to be a sniper?
Man,
Everybody,
reality
everybody don't go by the percentages at the end of the season. Some like I just break down the game by game log.
You can do that with everybody, and everybody.
We get that. I understand you can do that.
What does logic? Here's the logic.
About one person.
Trying to understand.
Y'all always trying to bring up somebody else. Like, damn,
you're saying he's not a sniper because of a reason. There's not one person that fits that. What you're saying?
No,
there's not one person in the NBA that can pass what you're saying.
Y'all trying to put words in people's mouth.
No, we're bringing down what you just said. You said there's games. Repeat what you said. So hold on real quick. I'm gonna repeat.
Y'all boy put words in somebody's mouth. They all do that same point. Nobody ever said.
I'm about to repeat what you said.
Can I just address something? No panic. What I'm trying to tell you.
Quick.
No, you're not trying to tell me nothing because I agree.
You argue on a point
that. I ain't trying to hear nothing from you, Rico.
Your opinion at this point.
Get quiet the whole time.
I'm gonna tell you, Rico, your name. Listen, Rico, your name. The way you talk, Panic see you as some brown skinned kid with wavy ass hair, and he can't stand it.
No, what?
And listen, and that's your weird predict. Like that's why I say about we on the channel, y'all be just saying all types.
Yeah, I don't got nothing. That was
no panic.
Basketball fans.
But here's the thing, no panic. I just sat here and
that's how you acting every time somebody
and the second I said your name, you cut me off. Even though you've been begging not to be cut off this whole time.
Oh, you gotta do that for everybody. No, we don't. We don't gotta do that for everybody. We're talking about one panic.
Man, the question.
Oh my God.
If you hold one person to a criteria, you have to hold every NBA player to that criteria.
That's what we're wrong about. 42
panic. No panic.
I agree with him being a sniper.
If the Bulls was down by 3 points, who y'all prefer to take the shot? Zach or
You said what?
Lonzo to take the three. Who y'all prefer to take the three? Zach or
100% Lonzo. Lonzo Ball. 10 times.
Lonzo to take the shot.
They gave Lonzo the shot. He made it.
He shoots a better higher percentage.
He made it. Put it.
There's only two made it. Lonzo and DeRozan.
Yeah, exactly. So where's Zach at? So
no, I said Zach. Now, I know DeRozan. We know
exactly. Zach's not even on the list. That's what we're saying. Lonzo's a better. He's a better.
He said a 3-pointer, guys. He said a 3.
You're talking about the top. There's only 3 players in the NBA that shoot.
DeMar DeRozan hit 2 3-point winners.
There's only 3 players better than Lonzo at 3 points.
And if we're being honest, the last 3-point game winner we saw Zach take. It doesn't look like he should take another one.
Exactly.
No, he missed is being disingenuous.
Wide open. He was wide open now.
That's being disingenuous.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. I want to address Sky because he said I just heard him say he can't wait till the season starts. Sky, did you know this? Did you know that the Pelicans played the last 40 games? They were 21-20. They were 13-12 with McCullough. And I hear everybody talking about how good the team then got. Now, I'm going to say these stats again to everybody who say the Pelicans then got so much better. The day they got McCullough, let me finish.
Yeah,
they went 13-12 with McCullough. The last 40 games of the season, they were 21-20.
Oh,
Now they finished the year 12 games under.
panel.
How
Can
is it
I,
the sentiment that
Marvin?
they so much better now?
Marvin, you just brought up an amazing stat. I just want to address it because I've been saying something all year. The rhetoric that people have been trying to push is that when CJ got to the Pelicans, they became some juggernaut and started winning games out of nowhere.
They were
No,
13 and 12.
Hold on, I got
13 and
like I
12.
said, 13 and 12. That's barely
Hey,
over 500. That's what I've been saying this whole
We gonna
season.
just say that for a
They,
minute.
Okay, Jessica.
listen.
hold on, but I
One
got
second,
something to say.
Marvin.
Y'all
I've
do
been
know.
saying since they
Y'all
started
do
1
know.
and 12,
Y'all do know.
they've
So I
been
got to yell
500
because
all
y'all ain't gonna
season,
let me talk.
and that's been Brandon
But
Ingram.
y'all do
That's been Brandon Ingram with that.
listen.
That hasn't.
Hold on, but y'all do know. Y'all do know that when
Brandon
CJ
Ingram days
came,
as a Pelican is numbered.
can I
Yeah,
finish?
I ain't trying
Man,
to
let
take, but
Jessica
ain't trying
talk,
to talk
guys.
real basketball on y'all. Like
All
y'all
right,
That's
both
let
why
let
I
him
don't
Jessica
be.
talk.
talk.
Shit.
Y'all do
Let
know that
Jessica
when
talk.
CJ, you do know that when CJ came to the team, Bi was hurt, right? He wasn't even playing.
They didn't know that. They didn't know that. They don't watch the
No,
Pelicans.
yeah, he was.
Okay,
Bi wasn't even playing,
all
so y'all
right,
do know that much,
okay,
right?
all right, Jessica. I'll give you that. But the last 40 games of the season, you were 21 and 20, and you were 13 and 12 with you were 13 and 12 with McCullough.
He's
What makes you guys believe that you're so much better? Is it because
because
Zion's
You
coming
ain't hear
back?
what we just said.
hold
B.I.
on, let
ain't
me.
play a lot
You
of them
asked me a
games,
question, so
dog.
let me answer real quick. So
I'm not
what
going to
makes
even
me feel
address that
like?
because
So
Lonzo
what
didn't
makes
play the
me
whole
feel like
second
we're
half.
so
I,
much
I don't want
better?
to hear that, Scott.
That's
And
why y'all
listen,
was 2
Scott,
and
you see
20
what they
against
do?
top 10
You see what they
too.
do? Them
You
when you
want me to
bring up
answer the
something, they gotta
question,
compare. What Lonzo got to do
gentlemen?
with Bi?
Go
For
ahead, man.
CJ came in the middle of the year. When he came in the middle of the year, Bi was hurt. So CJ had to come into a new team in the middle of the season and do his thing by himself with
That's a
his
good
numbers.
point, Jessica.
Thank you. Then on top of that,
Okay.
when Bi came, what makes it so much better? They actually made it to the playoffs, y'all.
Facts.
I mean, what you mean?
Facts. That
Okay,
the record don't
okay,
matter, bro.
okay, hold on, hold on,
Like
hold on,
I
hold on, hold on,
said,
hold on, hold it, hold it. Wait. They were 12 games under. You played in a bad damn conference.
No,
Very
Okay,
simple.
and guess
bro,
what?
Marvin.
Okay,
you moving the
okay.
goalposts now.
And then guess
No,
what? Hold
I'm
on,
not.
Marvin.
we
Wait a
down.
minute. When the last time? Wait,
You played
hold
in
up,
a
Jessica.
bad.
Before you go, how many teams? When is the last time a team made the playoffs 12 games under?
Well, it's the first. It don't matter because let me
Shit,
tell
First
that's
you.
when
time in
LeBron
history,
Hold
to
on,
James.
be
Marvin.
exact.
Let me
That is
First
talk.
time in history a team came back from the 15th seed too. You want to talk?
Facts. But let me tell you this though. At the same token, we was playing in a conference with a lot of injuries, so it made it the West weak. But we also didn't have our player either.
they had injuries
Oh
too.
my goodness.
They missed on
Okay,
their
okay,
star
okay.
player.
So maybe we
All
would
right,
have had
listen. All right.
Zion with
Oh,
Bi
In
and
that
They
one
Lonzo. We
game,
probably wouldn't have
okay. All right,
in
Jessica.
that one
Okay,
game we
Jessica.
beat
My
the Bulls,
question
help
to
us
you
get in
guys
the
was
play-in
this. My
too.
question to
That
you
lost.
one
Damn.
guys was
game
this.
we beat the Bulls, help us get in the
Let me
play-in.
say this. My question to you guys was this. What makes you think you so much better? I don't give a damn about injuries.
The same reason
What
y'all
made
think
what
Can
y'all
I
what
answer
better.
this,
We
Jess?
held it.
Can
The
I answer
same
this,
reason.
Jess?
The same reason
go
y'all
ahead.
think y'all better because we held it.
No, I'm gonna be
Thank
honest.
you. Thank you. That was
No,
good,
listen.
Josh.
They had a whole bunch of players that weren't snipers, and they needed a shooter that was, and they needed a veteran, and they needed a person, an older player. That's what makes you better. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We added some
Okay.
good,
All
we
right.
added some
And
defense.
another thing too, I want to say this because I'm a Lakers fan. Only dudes that like teams that don't win championships care about season records.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Because at the end of the day, you can
Hold on, KNT. Hold on.
finish what I'm
What,
saying.
hold on 1 second.
I'm still
Were they
talking.
fully
Hold
were they
on, wait.
fully healthy in were they fully healthy in the playoffs?
You're about to
Were
make
they
an
fully
argument.
healthy in the playoffs?
Hold on, real
Who
quick. Marquez?
was who fully healthy?
The Pelicans.
No, we was
No,
not. We didn't
they
have
don't got
Zion.
Zion.
Well, come on
They
They
don't
now.
got
was
their best
full healthy
player.
the
And
whole
you're
season.
trying to
What
judge
you
them off
talking
of
about?
their better.
Wait a
How do you
minute.
know?
Y'all just wait a minute. You just mentioned Brandon Ingram. Now y'all mention I'm talking about was Brandon Ingram back?
No,
Yes, yes, Brandon
you
Ingram
said
was
they
back,
healthy. They're
but
not. Their
but
best player is not there though. Like that's what you're trying to make it a. You're trying to make it a judgment. Are they better? And they don't even have their team yet. So that argument's bullshit. Like it's not even close. The fact
You
that they
don't
went.
know KNT. You don't know what they're gonna do when they get. You don't know how well they're gonna play. That's
Come on,
bullshit.
bro. You adding in Zion, bro. Come on, stop.
You're
You
right.
don't know what they're gonna do. That's speculation. You don't know how they're gonna mesh.
You're right.
Stop acting. They got Zion Williams.
You just talking, KNT. You don't know how they're gonna mesh.
Marvin, you know what? Don't.
Bro, they went to the playoffs without Zion, bro. How are they not
They
better?
were 12 games under
It don't
500.
matter. Bro. You can win the championship with the worst record if you sneak into the playoffs, bro. That goes back to what I'm saying. I'm a Lakers fan. As long as we get in the playoffs, we can win the championship, bro. Y'all worry about season records.
Again. Everybody talking about how well they played. They were 1 game over 500.
Okay, the number one
played no damn better.
Ask them who went home first.
The number one
went home first.
How many? Okay,
They ain't played no damn better. Then when hold on, let me finish. When I bring up that record, they tell me Ingram wasn't there. So I asked you, was Ingram there in the playoffs? And he was there in the playoffs.
Zion's not there. That's the main. They're not healthy. So they healthy.
I got a question for you because this is what I always say.
I'm not gonna bring up.
No, Marvin, panel. 1 second. Why do we not emphasize that from their 1-12 start, they finished the season?
It don't matter the fact that they went to the playoffs.
No, KNT. That's not what. No, KNT. Why do we not emphasize? It do matter. It do matter.
The number one seed didn't win the championship. It don't matter.
Records do matter, man.
bro.
Seeding counts.
Your season don't matter. Your record don't matter.
Listen. Why do we? He's saying the team didn't get better.
They did get better. They went to the playoffs.
KNT, can I finish?
How you not get better?
He said the team did not get better. From their 1-12 start, they finished the season 500. We should compare the Pelicans to other 500 teams. They got better. They just started off the season extremely horrible because of injuries. A lot of teams.
Rico, 1-12. Wait a minute, 1-12. They finished the year 12 games under.
Okay, that's a 500 record, Marvin. What don't you get?
That's a 500 record.
That's 500. That's an improvement.
That's an improvement. So if they improve, they got better. What argument are you making?
Name a team that's going to overcome a 1-12 start and
not 500.
That's hard as hell.
Let me answer. You said they started 1-12. They finished 12 games under. Where's the 500 record at?
Guys,
that's 1 game under 500, Marvin.
Guys, they didn't overcome.
Oh, 1 game under 500. Okay, I thought you meant 12 games.
Okay. 497, Marvin. They finished the season 497.
Okay, you said one game over 500. That is
1 game under a 500 from 1-12.
Man, y'all let everyone talk. Y'all let everyone talk.
Rico, they didn't overcome a horrible season. Yeah, they dug themselves out, played really good basketball, 500 basketball from the 1-12 start. What really happened in that conference is the Lakers basically gave up. San Antonio.
We whooped the Lakers when the Lakers
didn't give up. They got their ass beat.
Stop playing. We whooped the Lakers.
They got their ass beat.
What happened? San Antonio threw
in the 7th seed. We beat them.
I remember that game.
Yeah, be honest with yourself, Josh. Y'all would never in your life beat us if we was healthy in your life. Yeah, you know that. Y'all would never beat us healthy in y'all career.
We beat y'all with AD and LeBron. What you talking about?
That'll never happen.
Y'all ate off the bottom of the barrel.
I don't care if they got Zion or not. The Lakers ain't healthy.
No, they ain't win none.
Yeah, you ain't taking an argument I didn't even say. You gotta listen to my original argument before you make an argument.
And they got blown out both.
At the end of the day, they all bet about Lonzo.
Bro, you just talking over me. That shit is rude as fuck, bro. Chill, bro.
Well, how you think I feel?
Man, how y'all think?
I literally said, hold on. I literally said, go ahead. That's what I said. Nobody should be talking. That's why the whole time I'm saying one mic. Y'all making y'all arguments, and then somebody get prove you wrong, and then you just continue to talk over them, so they can't prove you wrong. It's okay. But listen, even if you right, bro, let everybody talk. But for one, like I said, hold on real quick before you talk over me, like I just said, bro. That shit is rude. Hold on, bro. You're talking over me. I'm talking, bro. Just listen, bro. Stop trying to come back at me while I'm talking, bro. Just listen and let me
say what you gonna say there, man.
Right, he's arguing. You hear this, right? Like female, bro. Like, chill, bro. Relax.
But let her talk. She been trying.
I'm the one talking. I was the one talking. You're cutting me off to tell her to talk while I'm talking. That shit is.
Let him talk. Let him say what he gonna say. Cause he never say.
My original argument is if we were healthy, y'all had no chance. Y'all would never beat us. And y'all arguing, what was y'all record last year? You know we're not healthy. So what does that argument?
But
what does that even matter?
Oh, Jessica, don't let him say that.
From one Lakers fan to another fan, I'm
Jessica,
tired
don't
of
even
hearing
say
that
none
if
of
we
that,
healthy
man.
shit. If AD not healthy, I don't want to hear if we healthy, bro.
Yeah.
He's not healthy. That's it. They
Yeah,
suck.
he not healthy.
They
That
suck.
was my shit.
I don't want to hear a if we healthy
We'll
because
dominate
we
them.
would beat nobody.
We'll
I
beat
don't
them
want to hear that.
series.
Anthony Davis hasn't touched a basketball in 14 months, and we still talking if we healthy. Like, get the fuck. No. We're not doing that shit no more. You a Laker fan, you need to hold your Laker players accountable.
Yeah, that's why I said
That's what you need to do.
Knowing that he might not be healthy.
Like I said, hold your Lakers players accountable. That's
Are you guys gonna let Jessica speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. The whole time that's all I was trying to do.
And I don't.
You're trying to get rid of. I was talking though. You gotta let
say this real quick.
Go ahead, Jessica. Go
I do
ahead,
want to
Jessica.
say this real quick, y'all. I'm about to walk out the door, right? And if I lose connection and I have to get off and come back on, don't leave me backstage forever, okay?
No, that'd be the worst.
He got you,
We'll leave
Jessica.
your ass backstage because you cook.
Come on, Dex. Don't do that.
Damn Pelicans.
Why you gotta do me like
Where's
that?
Where's unstoppable when I need him?
I ain't been on the panel in a long time. I've been letting y'all do y'all thing, okay? Why you
just
gotta do me
can't
like
say
that?
nothing about Lonzo unless you're gonna get talked over.
You sound crazy, bro. You sound, bro. Your argument was so bad, and you really think you won. That's that's the funny part. You really thought you said something intelligent. That's so bad, bro.
Y'all still didn't let Jessica talk.
You really brought it back up, and you lost. That's so bad, bro. That's so bad that you really thought you said something intelligent.
Guys, are y'all gonna let Jessica speak?
We're supposed to let Jessica talk.
I don't
Yeah.
You see how he mentioned my name and then try to throw it to the left, bro?
Man, this dude won't fuss, man. Can't
No, he wanted us. He said those Lonzo in there, and then KNT gonna be mad. That's your frequency. He threw. Can't you ain't just say that.
I don't call nobody.
You literally just said that. You just said my name, right?
Unless you bring up Lonzo,
He said don't bring up Lonzo unless you want to get Elvis talk KNT. You ain't say that.
Okay, guys, come on now. Come on, let's get some decorum. Let's get some decorum. Let's break it down. Calm down. Let's break it down. Turn it down a
y'all,
notch.
guess what? We don't want to hear no injuries as no excuses.
Nah, we didn't say that. No excuse. We didn't give excuses.
Let her finish. Let her finish.
You was just getting on us, so give me a second. Now you keep making.
Yeah, do your thing. I'm sorry. You right. Do your thing.
So what I'm trying to say is that when you have an injury, whether it's Zoe, AD, Zion, or whoever, you have got to figure it out, and you have got to keep playing and get to where you need to go. And that's what makes a team a real winning team. And that's point blank the end. So all I got to say about my team is we started off 1-12 because our player was injured from the jump. And even though we didn't make it to be exactly 500, we still made it in the playoffs. And at the end of the day, we did get better because we did all of this without ever having Zion on the floor. And when you move pieces on a team and you get new pieces, you can't tell me that doesn't make you better or worse. Zion has not played with CJ or BI or Herb Jones or Jose or Larry Nance or Trey Murphy or all of these young boys that I'm naming that could get better, or even if they don't get better, they can do what they did last season along with Zion and still be a great team.
I agree. They got better. Adding a superstar. He's not a superstar, but adding an all-star.
We have a player on the team.
Adding another all-star level caliber player, player. You always get better. Like that's just especially one that plays off ball and also is a team leader and veteran. That you get better. And the fact that you wasn't in the playoffs, you made it to the playoffs. You won. But me personally, I don't really care about the regular season like that. I'm a Lakers fan, so we know the records don't matter because the number one seed didn't win the championship again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, but
I know everybody's 0-0 in the playoffs. So if you coming in there worrying about your regular season record, you going home.
Yeah, the regular season records
And
matter.
it just get the chance. It don't even matter. We didn't see the Raptors with DeRozan get swept by LeBron.
Bro, that's rare. That's rare air.
No, it's not rare. We
rare air.
The number one seed. You know what else is rare? Number one seed winning the championship is rare. The number one seed.
Last time an AC won a chip. You ain't. Bro, seeding matters. Playoff home court advantage matters. That's why.
Yeah, it matters. That's what I'm saying. It matters for seeding. If you playing the game, you still gotta play it. You're 0-0, bro. That's what I'm saying. We're Lakers fans though. We don't even care about the regular season. We just watch it.
Lakers fans do. We want to.
We really don't. We really.
So we can play in
Yeah, we don't care about the top four. We don't care about that. We got LeBron.
So you don't care about the seeding? You don't care about the seeding?
I never did because I don't want the number one seed get swept so many times. I don't care.
KNT, you don't care about the seeding?
We really don't. I really don't.
Home court advantage.
When you got LeBron James, it don't matter if you're a 6 seed, 7 seed, 8 seed player.
But you got to play for the first 4 seeds, though.
Hang on one second, but history refers to top seeds making it to the finals way more than an 8 seed. What you gonna say about that, KNT?
The number one seed. When the last time the number one seed won?
You keep saying that.
You're looking at the bottom. You gotta look at the top 2. That goes back to what we said before.
We're talking about the top 4 seeds.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, hold on, guys. Hold on. When was the last time an 8 seed won the NBA championship?
Wait, you talking about number one from the West or the East or number one overall?
It doesn't matter. Hold on. When was the last time a number 8 seed won the championship, KNT?
When the last time the number one seed won the championship?
But look, you can't never.
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Golden State just won it.
Milwaukee Bucks.
Golden State just won it.
Golden State not the number
one.
Number one seed.
Milwaukee won it last year.
Phoenix had the best record last year, bro. By a lot.
I'm talking about the number one seed in the conference.
He said the Warriors. Phoenix had the best.
He's overall. He's talking overall number one.
I'm talking about overall. You're talking about the last couple of years. I'm talking about overall. When the last time
I don't even know why y'all even saying number one overall.
Let me answer.
Let me have a good record if you're in the top.
That's what I'm saying. It don't matter. Once the playoffs start.
Let me, KNT, you gonna talk over me? Let me
When
answer.
the last time a 5 through 8 won?
The 5 through 8. We didn't see that.
8 seed ain't never won it.
Okay, so
and he talking about when the last time a 1 seed won it.
Don't matter.
But I'm just saying, like the fact that they don't win, the fact that like the best team, the best highest seed don't win, and the lowest seed, it's about the playoffs. How you play in the playoffs, bro? Like that all you got to do is get there. And then
seeding matters in the playoffs.
I give you that. So when the last time an 8 seed won it, since it don't matter.
I don't know when the last time the 1 seed won. That's the thing. I gotta do my research.
Milwaukee won it. I just told you Milwaukee won it.
But they wasn't number one overall though.
They was number one in their conference. You only can be number one in your conference.
But he's saying number one overall. That's what he's saying.
Best record in the league. Don't win the championship 9 times out of 10.
Listen,
but only 2 number one seeds.
Yeah, that was number one seed. Team was the best record. We didn't see the 73-9 Warriors lose. We didn't see the Phoenix Suns lose this year. We didn't see a lot of number one seeds lose. We're talking about in the playoffs. The regular season is just to get the seeding so you can get into the playoffs. But everybody's 0-0. Just like in the NFL. That's what I'm telling you. I don't care about the record. I don't care about the record.
But you saying it don't matter what the seeding is.
Lakers fans, it don't matter. As long as we got in the playoffs and we got LeBron.
I understand where he's coming from.
If you make it to the playoffs, you do have an opportunity.
Win the championship.
Everybody, right.
And the Pelicans,
that's a young conversation in the self because
you can make
you don't have a
you want to play for advantage. You want to play for an advantage. An advantage is to be home court.
Listen, when you got LeBron, look, you got the advantage. You got the advantage. You got LeBron James.
But you need last year and the year before.
Bro, I'm sorry.
In the world, bro.
Your Laker fan card is revoked.
Nah, we talking about. How the Laker fan we go? How that?
Hey, bro,
I understand you not caring about the regular season.
I don't really care about the record of the regular season.
KNT, you talking over people, KNT.
No, it's actually a question. He literally just said that. I responded to what he said.
KNT got his mic loud as a motherfucker. Turn your mic down.
I was just gonna tell him. Just because you say it loud don't mean it's right, KNT.
That's just my mic being loud.
His mic loud. I was like,
you could have been said something. No, but like I said though, long as we get there, I don't care. Like that, then my move goes to we ain't win a championship. I don't care about the playoffs, but care about what we did in the playoffs.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. CWE Bed-Stuy said LeBron is old. So KNT, you said we got LeBron. So
LeBron old but averaged 30 last year.
All right, hey, let me ask KNT a question.
Bro, like this he averaged 30, bro.
Yeah, you right about that. Led the league in fast breaks.
30.
Hey, KNT, let me ask you a question. In the regular season this year, you a Laker fan, right? The regular season this year, was there ever a time where you been like, oh shit, they probably can make the playoffs if they get a couple of games under their belt?
You said say that one more time?
At any point this season, did you feel like, oh well, Russ, we playing bad, but I think we can probably squeeze it out at some point to make the playoffs?
Yeah, I felt like that.
Okay, so you can't.
I felt like that every year until we lose the playoffs, though.
But so
I'm one of these fans, so just so you know, we're going to the playoffs. We're eliminated.
Your mic's too loud.
So my question, so you do care about the regular season?
I turned it down. Go ahead.
So you do care about the regular season?
Not really. That's what I said. I'm talking about the record. Lakers fans, so we don't like. Be honest, like you see like the players now, they barely care about the regular season. That's why they low managing. They just trying to get to the playoffs, do good enough.
They're trying to finish in the top 4 seeds. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
I'm not saying you're not.
I agree with that one, A1.
Lakers at an 8 seed to still beat the number 1 seed.
I don't think
his mic is still loud. KNT, they say your mic is still loud.
Man, what? The Lakers at 8 seed is a dangerous situation for whoever the number 1 seed is. They liable to go home.
But the Lakers, LeBron and them don't want to be the 8 seed, bro.
Come on, bro.
We've seen the Lakers, bro. The Lakers don't want to be in a playing tournament.
All right, so this is the difference between
Don't send the Lakers home. Stop, bro.
Bro, this is the difference between the top seed and the 8th seed. The top seed, they can rest. You at 8th seed, you got to go through a fucking juggernaut every fucking round. You got to win 4 games up against home court advantage for 3 straight rounds. So you got to win 16 games up against home court advantage.
Yeah, you're looking at it. Yo, okay, you're looking at it.
That's why the 8th seed never won, right?
You gotta remember. Listen, you gotta remember. When you got LeBron James and you got Anthony Davis and players like that, bro, Kevin Durant and players like that.
Healthy though, KNT. Don't forget.
Like every year it's fresh. We're gonna be healthy until we hurt. We're gonna win a championship until we lose, and we're going to the playoffs until we get eliminated. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I like the way you talk, man. I'm thinking about putting some money on the Lakers. What y'all think?
Hey, you know that sound
I already
like
putting it on Denver.
That should be every fan.
Right.
You should be saying your team is
right. And even when they're wrong, I still be right. That what that sound like. That don't even
exactly. I agree with that. Hell
yeah. Loving you was wrong. I don't want to be right.
What did he say?
They don't know nothing about that, Dex.
They don't know nothing about that. What up, little young bucks? Little jits. Little jits on the
I know though. I just know my old music.
That's what I'm saying. Like we're the dog fight. We're the dog.
KNT. They say your mic is too loud, KNT. They say your mic is too loud.
Hold on real quick so I can go back.
KNT, listen, I'm gonna give you some stats. Since you said when was the last time that a number 1 seed won a championship? The last time the number 1 seed won the championship was in 16-17. It was the Warriors. In 15-16, the Warriors lost it. They were number 1. In 14, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me finish. In 14-15, the Warriors won it. They were the number 1 seed. Okay. In 13-14, the Spurs were the number 1 seed. They won it. In 12-13, Heat was the number 1 seed. They won it. That's 3 straight years out of 7. Now, you want me to give you, wait. You want me to give you the number on the 8 seed?
Okay, go ahead.
They never won.
Okay. But can the AFC win today?
The Knicks came close, though.
The
Knicks came close.
I got
a question to you.
Here's the deal. The reason I brought that to you, KNT, is because you said that when was the last time they won it? I just gave you 4 wins out of the last.
75 history. That does not prove anything.
Now you just finished saying don't talk over people.
The last 7 years.
We can go back. Just go back.
The last thing happened since 16 and 17. We're in 2022. So the last 5 years, the best team ain't been winning, right? But I got a question for you. As an 8 seed, when you get into the playoffs, is there an opportunity for you to win a championship?
Yes, we all know that. We all know that.
You have an opportunity to win a championship? That's the only.
Listen,
No,
listen.
no,
I can give you a prime
no,
example.
no. You know what?
You have a better chance.
If you're an HC, that does not mean you have a chance to win the championship. No.
You know what the odds would be?
I've seen Vucevic in the playoffs playing against Milwaukee. No chance.
What about the New York Knicks?
I don't
What
give
about
a
the 99 New York Knicks?
They could have signed Jesus to the Magic.
We can be more. We can be anything.
All right,
So
so
guys, what was that? The 99 New York Knicks went all the way to the finals, right? As the
Participation
8
trophy could be gold one day. No, bro, you're going home.
Hold on. Okay, so the Lakers.
So you got Sacramento, the 8th seed, beating the Clippers, the number 1 seed this year.
We've seen that plenty of times, but the AC beat the 1 seed.
All right, Sacramento is not going to beat Clippers this year in the 7-game series. In the first
A1. Most attractive.
Lakers. Y'all talking about all these random dudes. I'm talking about the Lakers as the 8th seed will beat any team in the West.
But who remember the New York Knicks?
Everybody.
The 8th seed and making it all the way to the finals.
Hey, bro, no, we're not. We're not the 8th seed. If the Lakers finish in the 8th seed, we're not beating the number 1 seed, bro. We're not doing it.
That's how you feel. You're not a Lakers fan.
But they went to the championship, A1.
You're not a Lakers fan. I don't believe you. Crazy.
They were so unhurled. They went to the championship, but they lost to, I think,
the championship this year as the 8th seed.
Won a championship 2 years ago, and we got the same
but
player.
I'm saying it can't happen, right?
The same
bro, 2 years ago, we won the 8th seed.
They go up against each other.
About?
If you want to see LeBron and AD so great, if you want to see they're so great, they're gonna play so great together, then we shouldn't be in 8th seed. That's what we shouldn't be in 8th seed.
If we're in 8th seed,
if we're in 8th seed, we're playing horrible, bro. No, we're not gonna win a championship playing horrible.
You remember that, huh, Bed-Stuy?
We played 20 games last year.
That does not make sense, bro.
When we won the chip in the bubble, we was the number 1 seed.
Everybody was healthy. Everybody, that was 16. What was that? In the bubble, we weren't the number 1.
The number 1 seed, bro.
No, he said the last time it happened.
No, they came out the number 1 seed. Yeah, they didn't go in the bubble the number 1 seed, but they came out the number 1 seed.
Yeah, we're number 1 prior in the West. We went the number 1 overall seed. The last time I happened was 16, 17.
Tomato. If you're the number 1 in the team,
that ain't good. I said the best team with the team with the best record. You're arguing a point that I did not make. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I said the team with the best overall record. So why are we talking about conference records? That's
because the number 1 team in the conference and the number 1 team in the
that never happened to LeBron.
The best record.
Too many people talking. Had
the best record. The number 1 team in the West.
Overall team. We're talking about the team with the best record, not winning championship.
Yes, the team with the best record.
Last time I had was 2016. We're about to be in 2023. We're about to be in 2023, and the last time I had was 2000.
All right. Okay, KNT. Let me say this. Let me say this to him, guys. Now you talk about the Lakers, KNT, how good they are. Let me finish. You know they only had a winning record 2 out of the last 10 years. You know that, right?
Okay.
The Lakers, your boys. But you saying you don't mind your boys doing nothing.
No, that ain't what I said.
You said your boys could beat anybody. If they was an 8 seed, they'd beat a 1 seed.
No matter what seed it is. 100%.
But you forgetting that they only had a winning record 2 years out of the last 10.
We just won a championship 2 years ago, though.
You had a winning record that year. You're right. But I'm just telling you, when you're addressing the Lakers and you saying how good they have been and how good they are,
like that. Okay,
they only had 2 winning records out of the last 10 years.
Not one team didn't win as a number 1 overall record since 2016. It's the same. You see how
God, you tripping because it ain't KMT. It's KMT.
No, I agree with you on that. I'm just addressing your love.
Is the argument the number 1 seed in the conference or the number
1 in the overall team, the team with the best record in the league, which was Phoenix.
I just gave him all those numbers.
What he wants to do is he wants to change the argument to.
That was my original argument. Y'all changed it to 8 different.
No. All we said was seeding is important. You need to be about a top 3, top 4 seed. That's what we said.
No, you don't.
We're trying to dismiss everything.
No, you don't. If you're a good team.
But historically speaking.
Oh, okay, you're going over that. Sports don't matter every year, bro.
The
Like
top four
I can
seeds
beat you 9 times
always
in a
win.
row. You can have this 1 year and win. Once you get to the playoffs, it happened before. It don't
Historically
matter. Y'all gotta go
speaking,
out
by
there.
the numbers, Canty, the top four
You're
seeds
looking
win.
at the numbers. I'm talking about right when you jump into this playoffs. Whatever you did last year, don't apply.
Yeah, so you really thought Vucevic was gonna win the championship a couple years ago?
That's what I said that because he all based off of his argument. He went.
I don't want to hear the stuttering. Did you think he was going to win a championship?
I don't mention. I'm talking about when you were
He was
AFC.
an eighth seed. Why not? He had a chance, right? Why you can't say yes?
We say what? Yes to what?
Do you think Vucevic had a chance to win a championship?
Vucevic? What? What is this got to do? We
He
talking
was
about?
an eighth seed before Orlando.
They don't have LeBron James. They don't have no LeBron James, bro. Come on, bro. I said when you got
No. You said an eighth seed.
you are, bro.
You said an eighth seed.
I literally said it. You can be an eighth seed and still win a championship with LeBron James and Anthony Davis on your team, bro.
Okay, let me give you these odds. Out of the last 20 years from 2002, let me give you these odds.
You can give me 1% chance that winning.
From 2000 to 2000.
Did you turn your mic down?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, he sure did. No, you didn't, brother.
That's
From 2000 to 2020, the number overall 1 seed won 7 championships. The 8th seed have never won it. Is that enough for you?
Okay, LeBron. I got another question for you. How many? Okay, nobody ever came back from.
That works in football. That's an
perfect example.
This entire argument is centered around LeBron James.
Hold on real quick. You're gonna love this one, Dex. How many people before LeBron came back from 3-1?
What?
None. So your odds didn't matter. If you believe the odds y'all talk about,
that's not true, KNT.
Nobody.
That's not true.
KNT, that's not true.
That's not true. The Suns did it against Kobe.
Whatever it was.
The Suns did it against
And
Kobe.
what series are you talking about? Finals? You talking about the
That
Western
have happened
Conference
before.
Finals?
It have happened before. And it happened in the championship before too.
You won in the finals?
Yes.
When it happened?
I think it was Boston and Phoenix Suns.
He did
1977 or
come back from something.
76.
So, but based off, but even if it never happened before, it can still happen. It's the playoffs, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. You can have all these stats. We won 10 games in a row against the Spurs. We won every game against the Spurs. We did everything and then still lose to the Spurs.
Okay, KNT.
That's what I'm trying to tell
Let
y'all.
me say this right quick. The stat I just gave you had nothing to do with your response. I'm going to ask you again.
The Pelicans have won the championship if they would have won some games.
I'm going to ask you again. You said the number 1 overall seed doesn't win it very often. I just told you from 2000 to 2020, 20 years, the number 1 overall seed won it 7 times. Okay, and I told you that the 8th seed has never won it. And I said, is that enough? And then you mentioned LeBron James coming back from 3-1. What the hell that's got to do with what I just said?
Before you go to your next point, right? You said they won 7 times, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 75 seasons. So 7 out of 75 is not that often, right?
He did it.
That was in 20 years. 20 years. I said from 2000 to 2020. From 2000 to 2020.
7 out of 22. Is that often?
Yes.
That's a damn near 50%.
Hold on one second, gentlemen. Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
It's less than half often, Just.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second.
You do something
hold on.
2 times.
Everybody, hold on.
You're not making it often.
Hold on. Now, what I just wanted to interject was that mainly works in football because it's a one-offer. But when you play in basketball, you're playing a series.
Right.
And normally, the better team wins that series.
The Lakers better than all these teams, bro. Be honest. LeBron, I know y'all want to act like that LeBron ain't that dude, but we gonna see. You gonna see. LeBron about to win another championship. Y'all gonna be sick too. I'm gonna come back here and say, look, I told y'all. I said, it's so crazy. Yeah, we got LeBron James, bro. You're talking about
let me ask you a question, KNT. Do you believe LeBron James had a good season? All right,
As a
hold
number,
on. Let me ask you this, Jessica.
No,
Let me ask you this,
Jessica, don't
Jessica.
do it.
Let
Don't
me
do
ask you
it.
this, Jessica.
last
Let me
season,
ask
LeBron.
TNT a serious question. Do you think LeBron James? Let me ask. Do you think LeBron James had a good season just this past season, KNT?
When he was healthy, yeah, he averaged 30.
And they didn't even make the play-in.
Average 30 didn't have a good season. It's crazy to me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really crazy to do that.
He
Average.
was the seventh seed when they
His
got hurt,
name is
right?
LeBron Ramon
It wasn't
James.
LeBron the
Those are
seventh seed when he got hurt.
LeBron. We're talking about LeBron here, bro. We're not talking about regular dude. Even
Ramon James the
you got Giannis on your team. You can get 15 and possibly go to the championship. When you got Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, when you got players like that, you always have a chance to win a championship no matter what your record is.
Okay.
But
Just-
KNT, wasn't the Lakers seventh seed when LeBron got hurt and couldn't finish the season?
If
Was
he
the
got
seventh?
what
Yeah,
that,
was he the? Were they the seventh seed?
what point that is? That's the dude we're talking about. He's
No,
a
I'm just asking. Can anybody remember when LeBron got hurt? What seed was it? Was it the seventh seed? Because that's what I could remember. But I
I'm
could
not
be
gonna
stand
say that.
corrected.
I don't know. I remember the Pelicans whooped the.
Yeah, we played 20 games together last year, bro.
That flipped them, right?
20
When the
games.
Pelicans beat them, that flipped them, right?
Yeah.
When did he get hurt?
Hey, you know what? And you know what? Thanks to
Brandon
LeBron
Ingram
shooting
came in there, sprayed
freaking
up
the
sprayed the
game
stadium
winner
up.
shot that helped the Pelicans. So shout out to LeBron.
But I'm gonna keep it a stack though. As a number one seed, do you want to see LeBron James?
Jessica, I'm gonna give you a spanking if you say that again.
Yes. If my name is Luka Doncic and I'm a number
Oh my
one
God!
seed,
Come on, bro.
hell yeah, I want to see LeBron James.
Come on, bro. You really believe in the Mavericks, bro? Get that
That
up.
boy can't.
They're gonna lose no matter what.
Who's gonna guard him?
Come on,
Who's
bro.
gonna guard
Come on, bro. Stop. You could have said Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the only dude that you can say like.
put LeBron James in the spin
Besides
section.
LeBron, Steph Curry is the only person like that in the West that you can say no matter what seed it is, they got Steph Curry.
LeBron James don't want to see Luka in no playoff series. He don't care what the seeding is.
Nah, they could beat Dallas.
They will beat Dallas in 5 games. We'll beat Dallas in 5 games.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, Christian Woods is a question mark.
How is he a question mark?
They're not it, bro. Come
we
on.
don't know yet, just yet.
How do we not know, Dex?
Come on, bro. We know that.
Hold on, Dex. Let me ask you this, Dex. Why is it anybody not giving Penny Hardaway any credit?
Okay, hold on one second. Well, he was out. So we don't know what he's.
Well, he's back. He's back.
I know.
He's back.
Those guys got question marks. This is like Christian Woods. We got to see if Christian Woods have the mental makeup to have a nice run in the playoffs because it's not easy. You heard DeMar DeRozan said on the Draymond Green interview, right?
I got a question for you, Dex.
That's why I'm saying Christian Woods is a question mark because he had never really had.
I'm sorry, I don't want to bring this up.
Hold on real quick, Rico.
I'm not gonna say it because that's wild disrespectful to DeMar DeRozan.
Yo, y'all
DeRozan just ain't.
you had a better chance with Luka Doncic than DeMar DeRozan.
Turn your mic down, man.
He was swept all the time. He was the number one seed getting swept, bro.
KNT is having a real episode. He won't turn his mic down.
Turn your mic down, KNT.
You know who did have a good run in the playoffs?
Luka Doncic.
BI.
I knew you were gonna say BI. He only had one series. That's not a run.
One series.
I don't care, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, one series.
He had a good series then. Okay,
think about what you get ready to say, Rico. Hold on. Rico, think about what you about ready to say because I know you want to help Jessica out. He had one series. Do you agree or not?
I think he hit the Clippers twice. I'll consider that a
one series, Rico. Stop it. One series.
He hit the Clippers twice. That's what I'm
gonna
tell you.
I hate how do you say he had one series and he only played it?
KNT, your mic is sky high.
This is his first year in the playoffs, and you're trying to add. Oh, this is his first one. Yeah, that's wild, bro. Because
that was his first.
Takes a while, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. They're not even at this point. Like this,
it was balling. It was CJ who was choking. Let's be honest about it.
He only been in the series. He only been in the playoffs for 2 series, one or two series in his whole career. And you're saying he only has 1 or 2 good games. He only played it. Brandon Ingram. He only had 1, 2 good series.
One series. That's it.
What I'm saying is exactly what I said. I said he had.
Only played in one. Hold on real quick, Jeff. This is how crazy this is. He only played in 1 series, and dude literally said he only had 1 good series. These are the arguments that we're dealing with right now.
But you know what? But Brandon Ingram for his first series, he could have did bad, right?
I mean, Luca ain't get out the second
coulda
round,
choked.
get out the first round till year 3.
That's what I'm saying. But how can he have better than one game one series if he only played in one series?
How he could have been what?
He only had one good series though. He only played in one series. Like, what argument is that?
But he could have. But he could have choked.
I'm just saying, what argument is that? Like, what was the point of that? That don't make no sense.
The point.
If I only played in one series my whole life and I played good, you're going to
FYF is in
Hold
the building.
on, KMT. Let me talk real quick.
FYF is in the building.
Hold on, real quick. First of all, you can't say his whole life because he
FIF
ain't
is
lived his
funny
whole life.
as
Okay.
hell.
Drew League to the he compared Gelo and the Drew League to the NBA. You see these arguments we're going against? I know you see this. He compared 30 in the Drew League to 30 in the NBA.
That's right, William Godfrey. I'm glad somebody's smart around here. Yes, William Godfrey. All I'm saying is this right here. Seeding matters. It does matter. This is why teams bust their ass to try to stay in the top 4 based on home court advantage. At least, hold on. Why I'm being interrupted for some reason.
Yeah.
At least you can do is have at least one first round home game. That's the worst you want to do, right? For seeding, and that's the 4th seed. The 1 through 4 is a Goldilocks zone, and that can propel you to the next round because you do have a home court advantage. But if you're the number 1 seed, yeah, we know it's no guarantees in sports. Anything can happen.
Right.
But normally you would want to be in that Goldilocks zone, the top 4 seed.
I'm not saying you don't.
In the NBA, regardless of what conference.
You got Steph Curry, LeBron James, Giannis, them type of players. It don't matter what. You see DeRozan, he was a number 1 seed, and how many home games he won against LeBron?
I just want to say, I want to give a shout out to Isaiah Curry. He writes in the chat, rest in peace, headphone users. K&T, you are killing us. Turn your mic down.
He won't turn it down. I don't know why. I don't understand that.
It must be all right. I got to turn it the whole way down. Is it good now?
KNT talk, I got to turn the volume down, and then when y'all talk, I got to turn it back up.
Yeah. KNT, you are super loud, brother.
KNT with the Mega Blaster.
Yo, this mic is, I try to get a fancy mic, and like this shit weak. See what happens when you
you might just have to adjust it a little bit. That's all.
Also, I want to address FYF because he writes in the chat that Gelo scores 50, everybody praises him, but if LeBron scores 50, we ridicule him. I don't do that, FYF. And LeBron is not Gelo. He's playing in the NBA, and you know how well he played this year, averaging 30 points a game. And if that 30 points a game results in not making the play-in, he needs to be ridiculed. Real simple.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant averaged 35 and didn't make the playoffs. Does he deserve to get ridiculed? That means he's out there carrying bums. That's what that means. Just be honest with yourself. Carrying bums.
Here's the deal with that. You know, I go back to the sentiment. A lot of people always say that this player won championships because of his team. They say that's why Jordan didn't play. I mean, he didn't play against good players. That's why he's not the GOAT. I'm not saying anybody on the panel said that. It's just a sentiment that goes around. Individual stats are called individual stats for that very reason. That very reason. I believe LeBron had a decent season.
Oh,
I believe he had a decent season, but it didn't equate to winning for the team, so it doesn't look good. Real simple.
Right. So what you're saying? So if I'm playing well and nobody on my team is playing well, I didn't have a good season. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't
have to scroll up, FYF.
We didn't do nothing. That's what I'm saying. Like
No, KNT, you do have a point right there. You do have a point right there.
Bro, to be honest, Westbrook trash, AD hurt, and the rest of them dudes is bums.
Because I cheer for LeBron. He listen, at his age, he averaged 30, and he led the league in fast break points. I think that says a whole lot about him.
He had to do that. The fact that he's in year 20 and got to average 30 to make the play-in, to not even make the play-in, shows how bums that goes back to my original point. He's carrying bums and unhealthy players. That's why we need AD. This is his last year. Lakers, we don't got that long lasting. We gonna deal with you like the Pelicans did. A shot, you know what I mean? We not doing.
Or LeBron can just play some damn defense.
This is last season, bro. I swear to God, if he not
Right.
healthy,
Now,
this
no panic. You need to turn your mic up.
Yeah,
Y'all
KNT. So what's your quick KNT? What's your quick fix for the Lakers? How they gonna get there?
if we healthy, we win a championship. That's the Lakers. That's
So
the
that,
Lakers.
so that means they're not bums then, right? Because you said healthy, you didn't say get rid of nobody.
Anthony Davis. The rest of them dudes can be fit. Can be makeup. They played like bums. Even if they wasn't a bum, they played like trash. It don't matter if the number one person, Russell Westbrook, bum, played like a bum. Is he a bum? No. It only matters how well you play.
So basically, what
So
I'm saying is,
are you
as long
leaving
as
out the
AD
point?
is
I love how
healthy,
we blame everybody but LeBron James.
I was just going to say that. I was just
Hey,
going to say that.
all
hey, I
the
think
But
y'all
ball.
Jessica
misquoted
was
me.
going.
He
I
has
think
the
Guys,
I think
highest
y'all
Jessica
missed
was
what I was
going.
efficiency
saying.
on the
Jessica was
team.
going, guys.
He has the ball all the time.
No, there's
We
a lot of
blame
players that have the ball on the time.
no,
everybody
but
else. That's funny.
so
Bro,
Yeah,
K and
Jessica
T,
was
what you
speaking,
saying?
guys.
So what is it, K and T? So what you saying is, as long as AD is healthy and you
we're
got
gonna win a championship.
LeBron,
100%. Yeah, a
with
thousand.
with the bums, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, with the bums.
bums. Yeah, a thousand. But as long as they don't play like bums, okay, that's cool. We
I'm
can elevate.
sorry, FYF. You say I misquoted you. What did I say?
No. I was whoever the dude. I was actually saying something in defense of the dude with the loud mic. I don't know his name.
That's K
Oh,
and
okay,
T.
okay. My fault. I
No, what I was
apologize.
saying was this. I'm saying because you asked him the question if he thought the Lakers had a if LeBron had a good season last year, and he retorted by saying, "Yeah, I think LeBron had a good season. He averaged 30," which I also, I mean, in a sense, you can't agree, but
Yeah, hate on
again, it sounded like you guys were making the assumption that because the Lakers were struggling, it's hard to say LeBron had a good season.
Yeah, that's bad.
Because of the Lakers struggle. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying to the people,
Yeah.
there's a lot, and I don't know if there's any. I'm not talking to anybody directly. I was speaking in general, but I'm saying it's common. The common theme over here I hear is that Gelo had a great outing in the Drew, even though they lost all 9 games and got blown out for the most part. But he still was great. So if you're going to go with the sentiment that he was great, even though they was getting their brains blown out, then you have to go with his point that LeBron had a great season because he was putting up the numbers and the team around him just wasn't holding up their part.
Yeah, it was 30
All
points.
I'm gonna say is, all I'm gonna say is, it
Okay,
don't matter
wait.
how much
You can't get hypocritical.
Listen.
All I'm gonna say is, it don't
Just
matter
been doing that all day.
That's why I was agreeing with him. That's all.
And
Okay, hold on one second. Whoa. Come on. Hold on. FYF is here. Okay, look. FYF, somebody addressed something pertaining to K&T, right? Calling the people around LeBron James bums, right?
Yeah, facts.
Somebody said he played with 6 Hall of Famers.
They bums.
Do you agree with that?
They bums. I don't care what you can Melo a Hall of Famer. What he doing?
No. Well, the thing is, just because they will be in the Hall of Fame when they retire doesn't mean they're playing at the Hall of Fame level that made them Hall of Famers.
Thank you.
There's a big difference. So Melo's not playing like New York Knick Melo. When he had Rondo and some of these other guys in Westbrook, these guys didn't play up to the level of what made them great in the NBA.
Y'all call him well, but he was playing well.
No, I'm not saying that these players are scrubs. I'm saying they didn't play up to those levels.
They just played like bums. Like, just be honest with
That
yourself.
was a good take. That was a good take because I'm on that same level. Even though they're Hall of Famers, they wasn't playing Hall of Fame level basketball.
I like the way you said that. The FYF.
Russ had 18-7 this season. Wayne is that.
That was the excellent take, bro. If a dude average, I'm giving that. If Brandon Ingram averaged 37 and 7, they'll say he had one of the best years of his life. Keep it a stack here.
His life, of course.
He never averaged
His former self.
He never did in his career. He never did.
Hold on. Yeah,
He never averaged 2.7 assists, 7 rebounds in his life.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this to him. KNT. Now, I'm a true diehard Bulls fan. DeRozan averaged almost 28 a game this season. You think I'm happy with that when the Bulls got knocked out in the first round?
Of course, you're not happy y'all lost. Nobody's happy. That of course, losing, nobody's happy that. But you can say he played well in the regular season, but he played like trash in the final, in the playoffs, which we already told you was going to happen. Me, Rico, and Nico told you what he was going to do at the first game of the season. We told he was going to choke in the playoffs. He's going to look amazing.
You told me he's going to score 40. Hold on. You told me he's going to score 44 in game 2, right?
No, I don't. 44 in game 2, and then what happened? He played one good.
I just asked you one question. You told me he's going to score 44 in game 2.
I'm talking about one game. Whole playoff. He didn't play good.
They didn't play number 5. They didn't play number 5.
He played bad at 4 out of the 5.
Stay on LeBron. Why y'all move the goal?
No, we know DeRozan was going to choke in the playoffs. We said, me and Rico said this the first game.
But you saying
that's
they had a full
That's facts.
100% facts.
That's facts. That's crazy.
Just to let you know, he was ranked 14th in the league in scoring in the playoffs. That ain't that bad.
He said, "What do you think? The going to look real good. Top 4 seed.
That ain't bad. That ain't bad to me. Out of almost 200 players,
16 playoff teams.
Oh, and then I said they're going to out in 7 business days. They ain't even make it to the 7th business day. They lost in 5 days. They lost in 5. They ain't even make it to the 7th business day.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. Like I said earlier, I'm not gonna mention anything that was going on with the team. We lost. We go to next year.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you, for you to think that he averaged 20 points a game in the playoffs. You say that's trash, then that's your belief. But he was 14th in the league in playoffs scoring. That's not bad.
14th. He's supposed to be a superstar. 14th. There's only
now
16.
you're gonna say he's supposed to be a superstar. I thought you say he was trash.
Rosen, that's what they were saying all year. They said he's supposed to be a superstar.
No, you said he played like trash in the playoffs.
Yeah, 1,000. He played. He choked. He didn't play good. He didn't play good at all. We know.
I'll give you that. We didn't win it. Hopefully he does better. But I'm just trying to go to the sentiment of everything you talking about. How
we're talking about LeBron.
Now I don't want to even go on how good LeBron is because everybody in the fan you gonna jump on you if I do that.
The regular season, but he didn't do well in the playoffs. That was exactly what me and Rico said was going to happen when Dex asked us in the preseason. What is our 4th seed of the Bulls? A top 4 seed, and they should be happy for that because they was the cellar dweller, as Dex says it. You know what I'm saying? And they should be happy that they're going to get in the playoffs. But as soon as they get there, they're going to be out of here in 5 to 7 business days. Is that a quote? A direct?
Okay, now you just said LeBron had a great season and he didn't make the playoffs. So what does that mean?
That is a
fact. Did I say that next? The first game of the season. Did I say that next?
Well, let me ask you this. You just said LeBron had a great season and they didn't make the playoffs. What does that say to him?
Huh?
Yeah, that was funny.
You just said LeBron had a great season, but they didn't even make the playoffs. What does that say to him?
Great season. The team didn't. I said the team didn't have a good season at all. But if you look at it, we're talking about just him. He's the only person that played well in our whole team. He averaged 30.7 and 7 on his 20th year, 19th season.
LeBron didn't lose any game. He had no part in none of those losses that the Lakers had.
Oh yeah, he had what? Like 50 something.
Nobody ever said he
40 something parts of losses this season.
But you saying he played great. You saying he played great. If playing great means you win a lot of games.
Can somebody address this question right here by Basil Carpenter Jr.?
It reminded me of Kobe's years when he led the league in scoring and wasn't going to the playoffs. That's what it reminded me.
Man.
Can somebody address this question up here?
He was carrying, bro. It's not about the team. It's about the talking about the law.
LeBron does. He holds the ball all the time.
Hold on.
No way you can't.
I got this. He holds the ball all the time. He has the highest usage rate, right?
My God,
okay.
So he always has the ball, and he has the best stats. And he's a smart player, so he actually knows how to work his little system, right?
So if he knows how to work it, he's doing it well.
Yes, it makes him look great, right? It makes him look great. Was his system has a plan B option where when his teammates suck, he still gets his numbers somehow.
So when you're saying he's still going to play well, even though they suck.
Yeah. In quotations, play well. He's
he did play well. That's what we're saying. He played well. Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna lose.
37 and 7,
playing defense, he's gonna stand and get the same numbers. That's what is going on. It's cool though. It's nice to watch.
Not
It's
just
really nice to keep up this narrative.
We had 11
Guys,
bombs and one.
guys,
one
is this true? Is
Why
this
we
true?
keep
What
talking
Basil
over
put in?
talking?
Is this true? Is this true? What Basil put in the chat? The NBA schedule is coming out next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know Basil keep up with that. He's ready for them Denver Nuggets.
I want to see who the Bulls' first game is. And I also said something the first game of the season.
Gonna be Milwaukee.
And I'm gonna bring it back to Dex because he was the one that grounded me up. I literally said in order the Bulls to win a championship, they need a better player than Zach LaVine or DeRozan. Do you still feel like that's not true, Dex?
That's not true.
You know what, K&T, you and Nico was, I think y'all was on my helmet about that. I thought that was going to be enough, but unfortunately, it wasn't. Based on the fact, I'm not going to give it to you just yet because Lonzo was not present. They did not have their full team intact. If they had their full team intact and still laid an egg the way they did in front of C-Red Nation, then I would agree with you and Nico. But until then, I'm holding out.
But we agree that DeRozan laid the egg in the playoffs, though, right?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say he laid an egg, but I would say this. When it came time for DeRozan to show who he was, unfortunately, he didn't.
He did show who he was. You just thought he was something he wasn't.
I just said, unfortunately, he did.
No, you said when it was time for him to show who he was, he didn't. He didn't. No, he did show you.
No, listen, you heard me wrong.
Enrico knew exactly what's going on.
Listen, KT, I said when it came time for DeRozan to show who he was, unfortunately, he did.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, right. Facts.
Because there's no way you should score 9 points in a game.
Yeah.
There's no way you should have 11 shots in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just thought DeRozan somehow, some way, didn't put up the effort for a veteran in his staple in that situation with the young guys. Because listen, Vooch did what he's supposed to do, right? He held his ground, the best of his ability against Giannis. But, of course, Zach wasn't there. So DeRozan had to take up a double portion of the work. Lonzo wasn't there. So we don't expect DeRozan to do the defense part because he never did it all year. So he's not going to do it in a playoff game.
Better and still don't play defense is crazy to me.
Yeah, that is crazy. But at the same time, I thought DeRozan should at least average 25 to 27 points in that playoff game.
And I agree with that totally. But I did want to go back to your point that you made just a second ago, because I had a pretty deep debate on this panel about Vooch. Why haven't anybody told me that Vooch is going to sign an extension when everybody was telling me the Bulls need to trade him? And I told everybody the Bulls were not. I do want to ask this whole panel.
Wait, say that again, Marvin. I missed that. Say that again about the extension.
All right, here it is again. Not long ago, we had a long talk on this panel about everybody saying Vooch didn't fit the Bulls and they need to trade him. I told everybody that the Bulls were never going to trade Vooch. I told them that he was going to take a pay cut and the Bulls are going to re-sign him. Everybody said that they were going to, not everybody, but most people felt that Vooch should go. Why have we not talked about him signing a extension in training camp? Not before the season, in training camp.
That's 30.
And now it's just dead and gone because he's going to do it. I told everybody then, I ain't taking no credit for it, but I knew they weren't going to get rid of it. I knew they weren't.
Who wants Vooch? First of all, who wants Vooch? Maybe
A
Denver,
whole
right?
bunch of people want Vooch. What you mean, who want it?
I'm asking you a question. I'm not challenging you.
No.
Vooch?
What? The Bulls are not giving nobody a chance. The Bulls are not giving nobody a chance to reach for him because they're going to sign him early.
Well, I know Denver wants him. I know that. But outside of Denver, is there anybody asking for Vooch?
I got a hot take for y'all, and y'all don't know.
Anybody know that? Do anybody know that?
I was just addressing it about the issue about how fans were saying that he doesn't fit the Bulls.
I got a question for you.
I knew he was going to get signed.
Well, if you'd have got Mo Bamba, he probably would have been shocked.
I
still would have stayed.
Jokic and that.
Go ahead, Canty. Go ahead.
That's another one for you. Jokic, a high second tier player.
What is it?
How can you be a high second tier player? and he
DeMar.
got MVP.
I'm gonna tell you, but you gotta look at the tiers, bro. You got LeBron, you got
Okay,
Kawhi.
you know what he got though, right? He's MVP 2 years in a row, right?
There's a lot
And
of
he's the richest. He got the richest contract ever in basketball history.
that don't mean anything, bro. We didn't see
Okay,
Rudy
explain it.
211. Contracts don't mean nothing no more when it comes to talent wise.
Like
You
Okay,
have
explain it.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. I want to address that, Rico. Let me get him on that
a
one, Rico. Let me
mutual
get him on
agreement that his
How
number
many
2 and
voices
number
I'm hearing?
3 option have been injured.
Number,
Done with it.
Yeah.
Done with it. Done with it. Done with it. He's already
Now, let me
led
get
a
him,
team to
Rico.
a
Let me get him,
Western
Rico.
Conference Finals, and he's
Yeah. Let me get him, Rico.
26-27.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Jokic,
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell. You got who
None
else?
of them have won. None of them won MVP. None of them are as
Yeah,
good as
Russell
Nikola
Westbrook won
Jokic.
MVP.
If
He
you
not,
put Nikola Jokic on the
Russell Westbrook got
on the
MVP too.
Celtics instead of Jason
Okay,
Tatum,
Russell
they're
Westbrook.
winning a championship.
No, you said
That's
what?
not even funny, bro. Like
You put what?
if
You
you
put
put
who on
Nikola
what?
Jokic on
Well,
the
Rico.
Boston Celtics
What
instead of Jason
what is
Tatum, they're
somebody?
winning a
What is one of
championship.
the players? No, they don't.
Don't do that.
If
Do
they get
not do that.
Brown or Tatum to get rid.
Are you insane?
Come on, bro. Stop.
Hold up.
Like,
First of
don't
all,
do that.
KNT, you comparing him to guards. You comparing him to guards.
They
And
gonna
that's
blow
not a
that.
fair comparison. You comparing him to guards, and that's
Again,
not a fair comparison.
Damian Lillard.
Compare him to the centers. Compare him to each center, and then you have a fair assessment.
Right. AD better than Jokic. That's another thing.
How?
AD's not a center. Oh, you say AD. I thought you meant KD.
How?
You think AD's
How?
You
better
talking
than
about a healthy? You talking about a healthy AD?
Yeah.
Of course he
He
is,
never
but
won
how?
MVP. He never won MVP.
You don't gotta win MVP. Better than him.
How? That's
Okay, I got a question.
statement. I need you to explain how.
Rudy Gobert an elite defender?
What?
Is Rudy Gobert an elite defender?
No.
Well, that's
Okay, he won defensive player.
Rudy Gobert, yes.
These
Yes.
are
He's an
popularity
elite rim
contests,
protector.
bro.
I wouldn't consider
These
him
are popular.
elite
Thank you,
defender.
Rico. And I
He's an
respect
elite
you, the
rim
first
protector.
person that admitted that you can't put Rudy Gobert in the playoffs because they're gonna stretch him out and he can't do nothing. Thank you, Rico. The
Man, hey, look,
year can't be played in the
Here's at
playoffs.
that point. That's cap.
What?
When you look at
You can't play him against a stretch center. That's why he was getting killed by.
No, see, that's wrong.
About doing
That's why I
Matt
say y'all boys just be looking at the stats and don't look at the game.
We watched the whole game. We didn't watch the Warriors.
No, why are we talking about Rudy Gobert? We was talking
No,
about Nikola Jokic.
you're talking about he won MVP. I said Russell Westbrook. I said these are popularity contests. I just gave you an example of how they don't just because they won an award don't mean they're a superstar.
Are you telling me Russell Westbrook's MVP was as good as Nikola Jokic? Because he's not.
I was just giving off of the award part. Russell Westbrook.
No. Even we're not just saying he's MVP. He's literally been one of the best players in the NBA for the past 2 years.
But we're talking about superstars here.
He's a superstar.
Nah.
He's already led a team to a Western Conference Finals. His number 1 and number 2 have been injured.
I don't even like for example, I don't even consider Jason Tatum a superstar.
Neither do I. Nikola Jokic is better than him.
No, he's not.
How?
Jokic, I'm gonna tell you, he's not even better than AD, bro.
How? You're just
What
naming
does Jokic
people.
do
I need
bad?
you to explain it,
Yeah.
bro.
What does Jokic do bad?
We're not saying
I'm tired of people doing that.
Players don't
Explain the statements y'all made.
What does he do bad, KNT? What does he do bad?
The tier one, I'm gonna give you so like when I say superstar, people don't understand my version of a superstar. So this what brought FYF to a new understanding of what a superstar is. Okay, yeah, it real rap because he didn't look at it like how I looked at it. You know, he had the whole argument for Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell and Dame Lillard and all them guys. Okay, you got Kevin Durant, you got Steph Curry. You got Kawhi Leonard. I mean, I don't know about Kawhi no more.
You already torpedoed your argument.
I didn't even see him in a jersey. When the last time?
Just make an explanation, bro. Please.
I'm giving an example of what a tiers is. High second tier player. These you got LeBron. You got Kawhi. No, I don't like saying Kawhi no more because he ain't on the court. So you got KD, Steph Curry. You know what I mean? You got Giannis and LeBron, and it was Kawhi, and then probably them five. Them five are high tier. Then you got.
How is Anthony Davis in the tier with
I
Stephen Curry
didn't
and
even say
LeBron
Anthony
James?
Davis. I didn't even say anything because he can't because he's not playing.
You said
Hey,
he.
Joel,
You said KD, but KD didn't get up the first round this year.
KD's first tier, 100%.
No,
Okay, but you
you
saying
definitely said
superstar player,
AD.
along with a
There's
superstar
a
player,
big
they get you
leap
to the
between
finals,
those
right?
players and Nikola Jokic.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
no, what you
Oh,
saying is
That's your
a
superstar.
superstar player can get their team to the finals, right?
Exactly.
Superstar
That'll
player.
never be Jokic.
Without their 1 and 2?
That'll
No.
never be Jokic in his career.
Without their 1 and 2, without their
He
number 2
can't
and
be the
number
best
3.
player on the championship team. Thank you, though.
How?
I think you're gonna have
Don't
a
say
different
never,
sentiment
KD.
after this.
Don't say never.
When this year starts and they healthy,
What
and
did I
Denver's
tell you
healthy,
this season
I
about the
think you're gonna
Blaze?
have a
I
different
told you they're
sentiment
gonna blow
on it.
up. I
When
told you
Denver's
They
healthy,
haven't. They
right?
didn't blow
Denver's
up.
healthy.
I didn't tell
When
you that.
Denver's healthy,
They didn't.
They did blow up. Why do you think CJ McCullough on the Pelicans?
That's not a blow up.
That's
They
a
kept
blow up.
Dame.
That's your two-star
They kept
superstar players
Dame.
no longer together. That's a blow
They
up.
kept Dame, bro.
Kept one up, and then they blew it. They should have kept
Anyways,
him and built up.
anyways, we were talking about Nikola Jokic.
Okay, so until he gets
How?
out of the second round,
Until he what? He made the conference finals already.
Go to the finals.
He made the
Go to the
conference
finals
finals.
in his career. He's been in the playoffs every year and never went to the finals.
He's made the conference finals
I
already.
don't care about we're Lakers. I'm a Lakers fan. If you don't win a championship, you ain't do nothing.
All right, that's cool. So that means there's
Go
only
to the championship.
hold
and
up,
we-
KNT. I just told you the Lakers ain't had a winning season number 2 times out of the last 10 years. Why you keep mentioning the Lakers?
You see how that.
No. How is
Listen,
Anthony
I'm listening to that.
Davis above Nikola Jokic?
Listen how
That's
my
what I'm
question sounds.
asking. No, I don't
Now
want.
listen to the
No,
reality.
Marvin, I don't want him to move
I'm gonna answer your
anywhere.
question right after.
I need
Okay,
him
I'm
to
sorry.
stay
Go
on
ahead
that
and
point
answer.
he
Go ahead and
made.
answer. Go ahead and answer Rico's question.
About the last 2 seasons. Okay, if you say they only had a good record in the last, and they only had 2 winning seasons in the last 7 years. That sounds bad, right?
10
years ago. But if I tell you we just won a championship 2 years ago, is that bad?
No, that's not bad. That's good.
Yeah,
But you said you a Laker
address how
fan.
Anthony
You got
Davis
one
is better
championship
than
in 10
Nikola
years. That don't
Jokic.
make you great.
2 years
And
ago,
he was
bro.
talking about Nikola. Go ahead.
But
Can you address how Anthony Davis
gonna
is
die in
better
the
than
second and
Nikola
third round,
Jokic?
bro. I've seen a lot of players die there. I seen Donovan Mitchell die there. I'm gonna see Luka Doncic die there. We seen Damian Lillard die there. We seen DeMar DeRozan die there. Jason Tatum got over the hump and got into the finals, but he's not good enough to win the finals. Obviously, we seen the difference between a superstar and a high second tier player, Steph Curry and Jason Tatum.
So at what point does
I
a
don't
player
think he's good. I don't think he's
when? Like when do you make these
Yeah,
decisions?
the finals, bro. Yeah, at least-
They're not, you can't say a player's over the hump and they're like 24, 26. Like when do you say that? Before their prime?
23,
How do you say this?
24 and 25. LeBron won his ring at 25. Yeah, LeBron won the ring at 25. The years don't matter. Giannis won the ring at 24. All these dudes that can't, you see what I'm saying? He's in the playoffs every year and don't go to the finals every year. It's the same.
Giannis just didn't have his
I've been
second best
telling you
player,
that.
correct?
I've been telling you that.
Giannis just didn't have his second best player. He got destroyed by the Celtics.
Who?
Let me ask him this.
Giannis was
Rico.
missing his second best player. He got destroyed by the Celtics, a team that's led. Listen, a team that's led by a guy who you said ain't even a superstar.
You said what?
Giannis is a superstar.
Giannis is a superstar. He won his championship.
But he just got smoked by a guy who ain't even a superstar.
But so if I'm carrying a whole bunch of, if I'm carrying dudes that ain't it, and I'm
Yeah, what do you mean? The Milwaukee Bucks are counting. So they're not it.
Them dudes are
They're
not.
one of the best supporting cast in the league.
You expect them to win a
They didn't have
championship?
Chris
without their
Middleton.
other co-star.
They were just missing Chris Middleton.
Okay,
That
well,
was
wait a
it.
minute, KNT. Hold on, Rico. But KNT, Denver was out there, was without 2 of their top stars. Why you don't get Jokic no credit?
That's what I'm saying.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
They've been without their best players for the last 3 years, 2 years. Why you don't give them no credit?
They lost to us, and AD dominated Jokic for 5 straight games, averaged 30 and 15. Last time they had a full team, they got dominated by us. They lost in 5 games.
Say again, was Murray there?
Last time they had Murray was there. They lost 4-1.
Talking about in the bubble.
That last time they was healthy, they lost 4-1.
In the bubble.
AD averaged 30 and 15.
Before Nikola Jokic
AD
was
was 10 times better than Jokic in that
before
shit.
he was an MVP.
Jokic,
Before he hit
best player in the
MVP
playoffs.
caliber level, actually.
He was the best player in the whole playoffs, bro.
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
But
he was.
anyway.
Come on, stop, bro. He averaged 30.
Anyway, I'm tired of this narrative where all of a sudden Anthony Davis
Anthony
is
Davis
playing.
was the best
But
player
we don't say this about Kyrie Irving. We don't say this about Kyrie Irving. We don't give him this prop.
Go
But
back and watch.
Kyrie Irving has on the Robin cape and the little glasses, and he's playing like the second best player in the playoffs next
He was
to
the best player
LeBron
in
James.
the whole playoff.
Nobody wants to say Kyrie Irving is top 5, but Anthony Davis does it, and all of a sudden, no, we're not doing this today.
But Anthony Davis, but you gotta remember, Kyrie
at his prime
is one of the best defenders in the league. Also, you gotta remember that too. He's one of the top defenders in the league too.
It don't matter.
But how does that not matter? Like, you're
Steph
talking about
Curry is
one of the
better
top.
than him. He's
You gotta
not a
remember,
top defender.
Kyrie Irving is one of the top offensive players. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you the difference. I'm gonna tell you the difference.
You're a better
Anthony Davis
player.
is one of the top offensive and top defensive players in the league.
Stephen Curry is not better than Anthony Davis or nowhere near him.
Steph
on
Curry?
defense. And Stephen Curry is way better than Anthony Davis.
Oh my God, you're acting crazy, bro. You're Steph Curry, the best player in the league this year.
Exactly.
Steph Curry, the
Even
best.
though Anthony Davis is better than him on defense. Like, what's your point?
LeBron's better than Steph Curry, but this year he was the best player in the league.
There we go.
LeBron's the best
All right.
player. Everybody want to act like
Hang on 1 second. I got a question for you guys. Who was the last player to have a quadruple double in the NBA?
A quadruple double? That sounds like some shit Draymond Green to do.
I think LaMelo almost had one. Yeah, like
That's
10.
it.
Who's the last player? I know that's kind of hard to remember, but the reason I brought it up is because you talking about Anthony Davis.
Yeah, bro.
You know it was actually David Robinson. But did you guys know that Anthony Davis almost had a not a quadruple, but a quintuple? He almost had a quintuple double, the first person in history.
Yeah,
he almost did that. He had 36 points, 14 rebounds, 9 blocks, 7 assists in one game.
Yo, can Jokic do that?
Yes.
No, come on. Stop.
Jokic,
yes.
He made, all right, hold on, KNT. Listen. All right, let me tell him. Let me tell him, Rico. He led all centers in assists.
Bro, come on.
He led all centers. What?
No,
he broke. He broke 3 of Wilt Chamberlain's records.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Come on, where? Where do you want me to go?
Come on, I'm just saying about the people that actually think Jokic is better than AD is hilarious.
Yeah, bro.
It's hilarious.
What? Okay. Where is Jokic defaults? Why do you think he's not as good?
He's just not. You can see it, bro.
Tell me
why.
Explanation is just a fanboy.
Okay, for example, right?
I can understand. All right, tell me why.
I'm gonna tell you the difference between Anthony Davis. For one, he's 50 million times better than him on defense. 50 million.
That's not true, and you can't even quantify that.
Let him finish, Rico. Let him finish. Let him finish,
bro.
Top 5 defenders.
Okay,
bro. When
he says 50 million times better on defense. All right, what else?
Listen, when AD's playing and we're healthy, we're a top 4, top defensive team in the league every year. When he's healthy. And number 2, the bag is different, bro. His bag is better than Jokic. He got a bag, bro. He got a bag.
Why? Because Jokic looks kind of goofy. That's why you say that?
No, he's not, bro. It's just he can't guard him. He's better than him on offense and defense, bro. He's just better than him on offense.
Better than him on offense and defense.
He can dribble better. He can shoot. He's dribble off the 3. Can Jokic do catch and shoot? Like, can he dribble off the 3? He's literally dribbling the point.
Yes, he can.
Jokic does everything. He does everything. That's why he's MVP. That's why he's MVP. Because he does everything.
Me too. He better than Anthony Davis too.
He's a 7-1 more.
If you want an MVP, he's so bad one defensive player of the year. And
you don't count big man's assists as an attribute.
Yeah, I agree. I like the assist game. That's the only thing he's better than AD in. And period. I mean, everything else he's behind AD. Everything else.
When y'all talk about the best players,
we're talking about AD better than him.
Hold on. When y'all talking about the best players, what's y'all true? I know y'all bring up stats a lot, but what's your true true definition of how somebody can be the best player?
The best, like, what do you mean the best? You talking about like a superstar, a tier one
No,
player?
I talking about like just we ain't even look at we ain't in the NBA no more. We just bring in 60 dudes out of the NBA and we just put them on the park. How we determine who the best player is? Because I
For
don't
one,
believe
championships is the first one, and getting to
no,
the
no, and no, hold on.
that's number one when it comes
Without
to
the
being a
NBA,
tier one.
without
He
the
didn't say
NBA,
team. He said player. He didn't say team. He said player.
I'm talking about like getting your team to like that's what I'm saying. Getting
no, I
your
ain't talking about player. Just on everybody
Just
on the NBA.
player, not
yeah.
team. Because
That's what
championship
we
can be in
judging Kobe. That's what we
championship
judging
can
Knicks
do
off
that.
of. If we not judging you off championships, you not even a top. You not one of them dudes.
No,
Yes,
listen.
But he was a
yes.
number
The,
2.
Who was the number two?
Wait a minute.
Anthony
Can
Davis.
He was the
what
best
do
player.
they address? What do
No,
they
he
address
wasn't. He
players who get
wasn't
on the
better than
All NBA
LeBron.
team?
Want me to pull the series up?
Why are you
You want me to
lying?
pull the series up? Do you want me to pull the series up? Then look at the numbers. Who had the most points? Who had the most rebounds?
That's his points
That's
and rebounds.
Oh my God! Come on, bro. Stop. He averaged 30. He averaged 32 and 15 against Jokic, and they lost in 5 games.
What did LeBron?
He embarrassed them, bro. He embarrassed them on live TV. He made him look sad, bro.
If you
He made him
say
look
so,
so
yeah.
sad, bro.
He wasn't even guarding him.
Yeah, I know it, bro. Come on, stop, bro.
so
He,
I mean,
He
y'all ain't got
wasn't.
no response. Y'all got no answer to
AD
that.
was guarding him though.
No,
AD,
that's
I
what
was
I'm.
going to ask you.
Yo,
I was going to
no
answer you, but
panic.
they
I've
won't
been
let me.
trying to ask him
AD
that.
does that. AD guards the best player.
I asked
I
him
hear.
why exactly what makes him think he's better. He won't answer it. He just said,
I
"I
already
Yeah,
need to
told you.
but
look
no,
at him."
I
no
literally
panic.
broke it down
You
to
just
you.
told me
To
to
no
look at
Yeah.
him.
panic.
I literally
To
broke
no
that.
panic.
You went back
To
in the
no
circle.
panic.
I
The
literally
way
talked
I
about.
the way I address a player as being good or not, no panic, is their attributes. If you
Right.
just going on straight players, then I address what they do as far as scoring, rebounding, assists, defense, overall game. That's how I debate one player better than another. If that's the answer you would look.
Right. So how do
No,
you
I
put?
mean it's all
How do you
within
put them in the top?
your.
Okay, listen. So what if
Hold
all
on,
the
KC.
players?
Hold on.
No, I want to ask him a question real quick based off what he was saying. If all the players, I got the same round numbers. How do you put players above other ones? Like the top 10. Like how do you put your top 10 together?
No, he
That's
was
what.
just addressing. He was just addressing players. You
No, I
can't
was talking about
bring
you.
in championships or
That's what I
nothing
was
like
gonna
that.
say. Impact on team.
How would you? What would your reason be? You put somebody in your top 5 or top 10 over the other 50. You said there's 60 over the other 55.
I
I
start with attributes. I start with what they do themselves, not the team.
cool. Yeah, and see, mine's
Yeah,
kind of similar to
yeah.
that because
You're not a Lakers fan. That's that. I understand now. Now
listen,
that I
mine's
understand.
kind of similar to
What
how
team you like again? Marquez?
This
damn. I
Marvin,
swear,
and I'm a
Marvin.
Bull fan.
This ain't Marvin. What team you like, Marvin?
I'm from Chicago. Which one you think?
Oh, so you like the Bulls? So it's been a while since you expected a championship. So yeah, I understand.
That's not a problem.
Yeah, no, but I understand. Like when it comes to the top 5 players, we think of championships. Top 10 players. We're looking at how many rings you got. Did you get your team to the championship? Were you the best player on that team?
but see,
That's
but what I'm saying is because if you keep going to championships
the only thing that
and
matters.
no, hold on, and we gonna keep going to championships and like MVP awards or whatever like that. That's cool in the NBA, but and we talking about like just in its purest form, who is the best players in the world?
Right. He have to have a championship because
No, no, no,
he would definitely
no,
have to
no.
have a championship to be the best player in the world.
Go
No,
back to that
listen.
team.
If KD never won a title, he stayed at OKC all that time. Still the same KD as today. Would he still be in your top
He
5?
wouldn't even
Yup.
be in an argument as a top 5 player. He wouldn't even be an argument. Are you talking about top 5 player in the league? Or are you talking about top 5?
Okay. Well, let me just say my point of how I view top players, so you can understand why you kind of asked me. I view the top players as if I put Kyrie Irving on the court and I put him against 1-on-1 against the entire league, he's going to win more than he lose.
He gonna win a lot more than he gonna lose.
Hold on. He gonna have one of the best records. He gonna be top 3 or 5 in the best records.
Fact. He got the highest winning percentage.
On. Let me finish. He gonna have the most. He gonna have a better win percentage than somebody like Steph Curry, than somebody like maybe even LeBron. So when I say the best player, I don't care about championships and all that. And what I say actually agreeing with you because I would take AD on the court, and AD will take anybody 6'7" and up in a one-on-one all day. Just like I feel like Kyrie would take anybody 6'6" and below all day. So they would be in my top players. Not because they got a championship, not because they don't got a championship. And we just talking about basketball. Go back to when you been a child and y'all been on the court together. And when y'all ain't been in no league, y'all been playing 21 or y'all playing team ball. We knew who was the best player on the court without even having to, like, they didn't even have to win the game. That's how I view who was the top players in the NBA. Not based off of what the team put around it, because that's a team sport. So I actually
That's
you
the
was
thing.
like,
In my opinion, if I looked at it, like if I saw Anthony Davis on one team and I saw Nikola Jokic on another team on a court, and then
It'll
I
be
saw them switch.
30 and 15.
Anthony, please stop, please. Anyways, if I saw them switch, I would see them go back and forth and score on each other because that's what they would do.
Facts.
They're both gonna score on each other.
Yeah, right. So
But
when
when I'm watching Jokic, I'm gonna watch him do a ton of extra stuff on offense, passing the ball that I'm not gonna see from Anthony Davis.
average 4 assists for his career, bro.
Okay, and Nikola Jokic average is about double that. That's cool.
Okay,
Anyway,
I'm just saying, but you saying he don't pass.
that's cool. I didn't say that. Don't
You just
don't put words in my mouth.
whole lot of
I
stuff.
didn't. Don't put words. Yes. I'm not gonna watch him run point guard the way Nikola Jokic does. If you want me to be exact, no, I'm not gonna watch Anthony Davis on one court run point guard. He'll play somewhat like a combo guard and try to get his own shot. If he can't, he's gonna pass the ball, but he will not run point guard.
Okay.
I will watch that from Nikola
You
Jokic.
can watch the elite defense on Jokic too, Andy Davis too.
No, they're gonna score on each other. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's what I'm trying to get at you. That's what I'm trying to get at you.
He's gonna dominate him, bro.
No.
He gonna dominate him like he did last time.
He never dominated him. That's what I'm telling you.
Go back.
Go
back and watch it.
I'm telling you, I told you who guarded him already. They had Dwight Howard guard him.
Go back and watch the game.
They had Dwight. I'm a late bro. They had Dwight Howard guard him. I'm telling you who they are guarding.
Dwight Howard. That's not even a good matchup. That's a stretch five.
It is.
No, it's not. They had AD at the center that year.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm
not arguing with nobody about a team I watch, bro.
That's why I said go back and watch the series. You obviously looking at the.
No, I didn't. No.
Go back and watch it and look at this. I literally watched it. Me and my son watched it together. He was like, "This is embarrassing." That's
story, bro. That's a very cool family story. I didn't ask for it though. I didn't ask for that.
My son is 9 years old. That's the conclusion he came to. This is embarrassing. AD's dominating this guy.
That's a cool
he
story,
averaged
bro.
32 and 14, bro.
A cool story, bro. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
14.
I don't know what you want me to tell you. He wasn't even the best player on the court. That was LeBron James.
Points and rebounds.
That was LeBron James.
He averaged the most points on our team for the whole playoffs. But okay.
That was LeBron James.
No, it wasn't. Look at the numbers. That's what I'm telling you. Go look at the numbers and look at who was scoring.
No,
bro. They came out today and said we're running the offense through Anthony Davis.
LeBron's been saying that for 2 years.
Yeah, I know that. I agree with
that. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, but I agree with that. LeBron definitely got the ball in his hand. His IQ too high. But the best player on our team during that playoff year, the highest scorer on our team. No, it wasn't. It was Anthony Davis. Look at the numbers.
Oh my god.
That's why I said go back instead of arguing. You can go pull it up and look how much AD averaged and look up LeBron average, and AD's more points and rebounds.
Uh-huh.
Especially that series against him. Oh my God, LeBron could have just sat down at that point.
Why were the Lakers entirely trash when LeBron went to the bench?
We weren't trash, and
yeah, we are. Yeah, we were. We had a plus-minus differential about -8.
Oh, that's 30 then. That's LeBron though. That's 30.
No. That's not LeBron. I'm saying why when LeBron went to the bench, if Anthony Davis was so great, we had that big of a depth. If we still had Anthony Davis and he was deep, Anthony Davis is the best player in the playoffs. Again, holding up to the standard. No, I don't want LeBron being a point guard. Listen, holding him up to no.
I'm
No,
about to answer what you said.
TNT. I need to finish before you answer what I
Oh,
said.
okay.
Holding him up to the standard that you put upon him.
Facts.
He was the best player in the playoffs.
Facts.
Why were they much worse when only LeBron went to the bench and he was still on the court, even though he was the best player in the playoffs?
Okay, I got you. If you're the best player on our team, right, and I'm the point guard, and I no longer can get you the ball where you need to get the ball at, would you say you're still the best player?
Yeah, that's what Kobe said. Kobe definitely said he was the best player when Derek Fisher couldn't get him the ball.
Kobe's a guard that he literally brings the ball up himself.
Well, are we making excuses, bro? Nikola Jokic is a center. It doesn't matter. If you have the handle to do it, you can do it. We're not making excuses, bro. We are not making excuses.
We're not
making excuses. Stephen Curry doesn't even run point guard, and Stephen Curry doesn't even run traditional point guard the way you're saying a point guard would, and
Exactly.
he still found a way to win a championship.
Steph Curry can still run the point when Draymond Green is not there. Is that a fact?
He doesn't.
Oh my God.
He doesn't run traditional point guard. He doesn't play like a CP3 or LeBron James.
Draymond gets hurt, and you don't think Steph Curry can't play point guard?
We've watched it already. He
Exactly.
doesn't play
That's what
like Chris
not
Paul
his game.
or LeBron James.
You can say that for Jokic. Jokic can still stay because
But
Jokic.
we're not moving the goalposts and talking about different players, bro.
The answer to what you're saying, he's still the best. He was still the best player on our team, bro.
How? If the team got much worse when LeBron went to the bench.
So that mean Ron. That mean okay. So if let's just say Paul Pierce,
Bro, I need you to explain to the question and stop giving me analogies.
no facilitator, to get you the ball where you need to get the ball
He's
at.
the best player in the playoffs.
Oh my God, you don't understand basketball like that. You really don't You're comparing a guard. You're comparing a. That's something you would use for a guard. He has to get the ball in certain positions so he can score, bro. You got to put him.
Best player in the playoffs. He doesn't. We don't make excuses for the best player in the playoffs, bro.
You saying the facilitator? You saying the main facilitator on our team is not there to get him the ball? Of course, he's not going to do as well if he had the facilitator.
Is he not better than the facilitator?
100%.
All right. So why does it matter?
That's not his job to facilitate.
Why does it matter? He's the best one, and he's the best scorer according to you also.
Okay, so
why can't his team score when the facilitator is on the bench?
No, being a facilitator don't make the best player,
and
right?
he also averages 4 assists, so he should be a good passer.
Right. So even on the Bulls, like when FRF even said it, DeRozan's the best player, but when Lonzo wasn't there, he really wasn't shit. Why? Because he where he got the ball at, where the positions. Where
How? No, you already dismissed that.
No, I know.
No. You cannot. No. You cannot do that because you already dismissed why DeMar DeRozan was shit. You already said it's because he's a playoff. No. Listen, you already said it's because he's a playoff choke artist.
Yeah.
Lonzo being there or not being there does not change the fact.
Yeah, that was a bad analogy for him. That was a bad analogy for him because he chokes. Period. Yeah, I agree with that. That's right. But a facilitator matters, bro, in basketball.
He's the best player according to you. We don't make excuses.
He's a big man, though.
Doesn't matter.
So if he brings the ball up and tries to score and facilitate for himself.
He does it anyways, if we're being honest.
Who talking about Anthony Davis?
Yes, he definitely grabs rebounds and walks it up court. He does it himself.
He does it sometimes. He can pass the ball, but that's not.
I didn't say he could pass the ball. I'm just saying he definitely facilitates and walks the ball up court.
Yeah, he can do that sometimes, but that's not what you want. You want somebody that's going to facilitate for him and get him the shots that he needs. He shouldn't be bringing the ball up. No. Jokic, I would give the ball to Jokic, Draymond Green, them type of dudes. They're like that. That's what they do. But that, like, when you got players that play in the post and play in the mid range and shoot middies and all that other stuff, you want to get them the ball in their spots. Let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Give the ball to AD around the mid range or the corner, so he can either shoot the three or pump fake and go off the dribble. Give you an option, triple threat. You know what I'm saying? Just like Klay Thompson, perfect catch and shoot players. With a facilitator, they're way better. You can have your shooter be your best player on your team, but if you don't got nobody to get him the ball and to get his shots, he's not going to look as good. That don't mean he's the facilitator is better than him or he's any weaker. It's just it's a lot harder to score when you don't got nobody that can get you the ball.
But their offense, like the Golden State Warriors offense, doesn't turn to crap when Draymond Green goes to the bench.
Because their best player's a guard that can dribble and create his own.
But he doesn't do that.
Who, Steph Curry?
Exactly.
Steph Curry can do that, but we never see.
Doesn't.
But the one time Draymond Green always in the game for real. We never really.
No, we watched Stephen Curry play without Draymond, bro.
Okay, so we played one. What game was that? One game?
No, periodically throughout games when Draymond is on the bench.
I don't watch that.
Draymond is injured.
So when
we watched it, bro.
You said Steph Curry can't make his own shots and
I'm not saying he can't.
He's a guard. That's what I'm saying.
I never said that. I said he doesn't. He does Listen, he does not run point guard the way you are expecting or saying that I expect Anthony Davis to do it. He can create his own shot. The same way Anthony Davis, according to you, can create his own shot. What's the problem?
But you want to get him the ball where he needs to get the ball at, fam.
The same works for Stephen Curry.
No, that's not. You're comparing a guard to a big man, bro.
Why?
You're talking about a low post player to a
Anthony Davis ain't a low post player, first of all.
He's a midi low post player, bro.
He's not a post anything player.
He's a midi player. Post. That's the low post.
He doesn't play in the post.
The mid range is the low post, right?
No. The low post is when you turn your back to the post and you sit in the low post. That's the low post. If
that's still in the mid range, bro. You know that, right?
I know, but he's a face up. He's a face up big man, bro.
He can face up too. That's what I'm saying. But he's a mid range post player.
He is a face up big man. He plays like a combo guard.
Nah, I wouldn't really say.
He's not no post up big. Jokic is a post up big.
I would say more like a stretch four, like a.
Okay, so that's even worse.
The combo guard is not. The combo guard
is even worse.
And facilitate.
That's even worse. Calling him a stretch four, he definitely doesn't post up, bro.
That's a combo guard, a 1 and 2. Anthony Davis not a 1 or a 2. He's a big.
He plays like one.
He don't play like no guard. He don't play like a guard at all. He's just very good in the mid range. He can face up and shoot. He can turn around. He can give you the whole bag. But either way, he's still in the mid and low post area. He can make threes sometimes, but he's still in the mid and low post area. And players that play in that area need the ball in their spots so they can do what they do. I'm not saying they can't score without it. Of course, he can create his own shot, but he's nowhere near going to be effective, and that's not a winning. Because you're talking about the plus minus. Of course, our plus minus is going to drop down. We don't have facilitator, we don't have another scorer too. One score is not going to get you winning the league. This is 130 points. Even if you drop 50, you can still lose by 80. These dudes is going 120, 30, 130 points a game now. So the minus negative is a team stat. That don't prove that you're better.
LeBron can uphold it when Anthony Davis is on the bench.
Because he's the facilitator. He's the facilitator and the decision maker. We still have our main decision maker, so everybody else can still get their ball in their spots. But okay.
Okay, so when LeBron's on the court, the team is better.
He's a facilitator.
When Anthony Davis is on the
so that mean Rondo was the best player on the Celtics then. Championship.
Yo, we about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up. Shout out KNT, shout out No Panic, shout out Rico.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Like I said, Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.